Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Don't mind me. I'm just getting an early start on my snaily. Happy Thursday. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing good. I hope you had a good night's sleep, if that was recently, and also if it was a long time ago. Did we do it? We did it. I'm snaily-wise I'm on the home stretch. We're 4 of 5 and we're 100 in. So if I can just remember to do this for another 3 days, 5 days. Looking at the wrong number. If I could, I don't know where I got 3 from. If I can remember to do this for another 5 days, then I get to keep my boy here. I want to thank Sagano for a 31-month resub. Let's go! Someone's stoked today. There you go. Also, Alcravog with a 5-month resub. Appreciate it. Don't have snail pets. It's taken me forever. 120. Dark Moon Fair bonus for one of the snailies, I believe. Gave me an extra 20 rep. Yeah, the snail's gonna be key. I really hope that this blue one wins. I was here last night, and it was just after raid was done, and I was I was tired, and I needed to go to bed, but I was being stubborn because I just come out here to do the snaily last minute, and I'd picked up the race to the finish quest, and I need the pet for it, so I get the treats, and I'm helping Bashful win, which apparently doesn't count for me right now. I wonder if I just need to abandon this, pick it back up again. Ay. And I guess maybe sometimes some people have a different contestant they need to back, or maybe somebody was just doing it for fun. But I was out here, making my snail cheat, and someone else was making their snail cheat, and their snail beat my snail because they got here first. And I didn't think the game would be mean enough to do that to us. I know that but I helped them win yesterday. I gave it treats yesterday. I was hoping that I could combine 2 different races is the thing, because I was giving him the treats, and then he was losing. Had that also. It was not what I was in the mood for. I thought, well, they're gone now. I could just stay for another race, and then I thought, no, I'm leaving. I'm getting up. I'm logging off right here. So then when I logged in today, I happened to have be right by the snail daily, so we're in good shape. New talent build did roughly 10k more damage per boss. Holy moly! Pep talk and bragging. There you go. You're on fire. Mine was tricky this week. Seen others pushing other snails too. Okay, it's kind of mean if it's not all the same snail. I mean, I guess it just depends if anybody else is around. Then maybe just got to do it in the off hour if you've got competition. But I thought they were just trolling me. I didn't say anything because I figured I could be wrong, but I thought that somebody was just like, yeah, it would be funny is if their snail didn't win. How was raid? It went smoothly. It was a good re-clear. We re-cleared all of normal, and we re-cleared the 2 heroic bosses, so we are ready to start progressing tonight. So that was good. Pet giving quest only rotate weekly. The pet giving quest only rotate weekly. I'm not 100% sure I understand. I believe there's one of these quests a week. The one, the pet giving quest, because this quest gives a pet. Yeah, I think that's a weekly rotation. Yeah, this thing. Yep. I got you. Hi, kitty cat. Good morning. Saw today on someone else's stream the Battle Pet Zoom has an actual 0 speed rating. Why am I murdering fans? No, that's not right either. Oh, maybe that'll make him go faster. That keybind. There's the one. Hate this weekly so much. This week was the first time that it gave me a hard time. It seems like we've got this time. It seems like we're all right. There's no one else here. So we should be set to go. I wonder how many more I need. It doesn't matter. We'll get them all eventually. DPS Evoker are easy to learn. It's very easy to get started with, and if you want to absolutely master it to perfection, you're going to need a degree. It's one of those things. Or maybe that's just how Preheat writes the guides, but yeah, it's very easy to get started with. You can do big damage, especially in Burst AoE with your Dragon Rage very easily. That's fine. I can kind of sort of keep up with a half-hearted understanding of how it works, but if you want to be really, really good, then believe me, there is an opportunity for you to put in some work and get really, really good. Hi. Did one yesterday, never popped back up. Watching Preet's Raid's DPS is outrageous. Oh, I bet it is. I could imagine. Oh boy. I need to today, after I get done with the Zerlike Cavern stuff, I need to go up topside and do some work orders actually. I need to do some I need to put in, I've got 4 aspects crest and I want to get one of those enchanty things to use in a piece of crafted gear so that I can, and I want to start thinking about making some bracers. I finally got a neck piece that I can trade out for my lariat. I need to upgrade it more, and to upgrade it I actually need more worm crests. So, well, I might do some keys as well. But, and also for the legs. Anyways, I need worm crests, but the bracers that I want to put on are the Dracathus bracers. They're going to be mad expensive, but what is gold for? If not helping me do more healing in raid without any tier, because apparently that's my life. No, I'm not going to play Augavoker, I don't think. I like healing too much. I'm a healer on the inside. Do I want to do these things right now? Or do I want to do them some other time? Yeah, well, no, you know what? I've got coffee, it's getting cold. I want to go craft something. Those fixating mobs are rough this week. Healing is the best, especially in IRL. Love how your cat sits in your armrest. Yeah, me too. I didn't teach her. I mean, I don't know how you would teach a cat to do that, but I did not teach her how to do that. And it's pretty impressive that she found it and feels comfy there. She doesn't see very well, if at all, but she knows where she is. She knows where I am. Hi. Hi. Cutie pie. Time Walking Hearthstone. That one, the Time Walker's Hearthstone was from, I want to say, the Dragonflight Deluxe Edition, I think is the answer. I could be wrong. I could be getting them mixed up at this stage in the game. What do we got? 135k, but we actually have a lot more stuff to put up. I am stocked up still. I'm basically going to take a look and see what sort of things that I like to sell that I have on me, and what sorts of things that I like to sell that are profitable to craft that I'm out of, and just kind of do a bit of a restock. We're back to 3.8, but we have lots of, we have some value worth of things to sell here, so. We're going to start by putting up our Tepid Verses. I have about 4,500 of those. I'm going to keep 25 for me. 70, that seems high. I'm gonna chuck them up at 68 and see if I can actually sell them. And then, what are we saying? We're saying Draconis. The reason why I do that is because I find that when prices are really inflated like that, it makes it just really hard to sell things. Like, yes, you don't have to undercut, but I found that buyers will just wait it out when things get too expensive like that. So I'm not against if things get really inflated, especially if I can still have a profit margin. I'm not against tanking the price down a little bit. So there's the Omnium Draconis. I also had a couple extra Quick Hands files to sell. Those are no biggie. And then it looks like I sold all my Invis Paws, Shocking Disclosures, Primal Convergence, Sagacious Incense. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. Let me find something to craft. I was feeling a little bit down yesterday because I was thinking about all the different like mount farms and whatnot that are in the caverns, and also the ones I'm still missing from the Forbidden Reach, and how, you know, I feel like I have enough mounts and I'm not really into it. And it occurred to me, I'm not really into it right now because I'm too into the other stuff. I'm having too much fun making gold. I'm having too much fun doing keys. I'm really invested in wanting better gear for raid because I know heroic progression is going to be hard. It's going to need a lot of healing, and my gear has been a little stagnant even though I've been doing my best. So that's what I want to focus on. So that's just what I'm going to do. Don't try and force it. Just play whatever you want. So if I want to craft 1,000, 2,000 Primal Convergent at 110 per, yes, please. I mean, those might get undercut. I don't think I'm selling those at 388. 110. Let me look at this. So that's 222. I'm trying to figure out what I can, or not figure out. I'm trying to eyeball what I could actually post those at. Because if the good is inflated, it's entirely possible that the mat is inflated as well. I don't need to make Draconis right now. I have like 1,000 of the silver ones. Well, we'll just do like a cute little batch of Convergent. I betcha if I look at incense, it's going to say it's unprofitable. But that should be taking into account that crazy inflated price for Primal Convergent. So I might actually be able to get away with making some Sagacious as well. And if it's homemade with my own Convergent. So let's do like, what are we saying here? 500? You know, what is gold for if not spending? Let's do 500. That should make just a flat 1,000 conversions. And then I'll do a little Little squeaky batch of incense as well. Nothing crazy. Air, earth. Because sagacious incense is excellent. Earth, fire, 500 of those. No, that's 50. 500. I have a 10 key, but inexplicably I use my mouse buttons for this. I use the side buttons on my G600 for typing in, amount numbers. And then I'm also gonna need some saxifrage. Let's say like 800. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be a huge batch, like 400 plus incense. Okay. TSM wants me to undercut. Not sure how to make it undercut with not as much. That should just be a setting. If you go into your posting operation, and you go into the posting setting, it should have, let me see, undercut amount. So you can just set that to 0. You can safely set that to 0. You don't need to undercut at all. That is something that you can just manually put in, and then just make sure you hit enter after you've edited the value, and it'll stay. So just check whatever specific posting operation it's using. It might be the default one. Although my default's also zero copper, but that's if it's still doing it and that is at 0, then I don't know. That's my only idea. We're gonna grab all that. I'm going to crack a quick hands for myself, slap a incense for myself, just because, and then although honestly, I don't even know if gold conversion to no, there's some inspiration value there. Okay, area to file the quick hands, sagacious incense, and we're gonna go. Boom, 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 boom. Still wants me to undercut on some things. That is weird. That is weird. I don't know why that would be. Middle of a 13 key? Oh, geez. Maybe to do with the maximum price. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Actually, before I get too deep into this, yeah, this won't take very long. I need to get a. I need 2 things that are just public work ordered. I already did my treatises this week, but I need a crest. I need an enchanted aspect crest. So I'm gonna track that so I can just buy all the stuff for it. I'm assuming that that I don't need to buy any particular quality of these things, that it doesn't come out at any particular thing. So I'm gonna track that. Actually, can I transmute my own Dracothus for that? Do I have my Dracothus transmute up? I can make one of them. I'm just gonna buy a pair of them. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okie dokie. No quality on those items. Okay, so I can safely be cheap. So let me get 2 Draco Fist. 2 of those. And then we're gonna say resonant crystals. Oh! Oy! Owie. And then vibrant shards. Those should be cheap. Yeah, we can get 15 of those. And then chromatic dust. I need, what, 80? Yeah. I also need to get myself a new limited diamond, because that's going to be... I had my old limited diamond in my lariat, so when I do eventually take off my lariat, I'm just going to swap a new one into my new neck. Alright, so let's see here. Crest. Throw up a public work order for this. Providing all the mats, 2k. 5k. Happy birthday. And then for an illimited, let me see what we got to do for that. That guy. Oh, I just need an illimited diamond. I actually have everything else. Although that does have quality, so I'm going to get a better Nelthorite. I'm going to get a nicer Nelthorite. But at least we have the earth and the order because we were busy making primal convergence. So yeah, we'll get... Oh, those have come down a lot. That's fine. And then... Nelthorite. Regular one. Hope for the best. I don't think I know any jewel crafters. Finally cut all my hair off again yesterday. You're breezy. How long have you been seriously mount farming? Didn't get to sink hours into WoW until Shadowlands. Feel so behind. I've been mount farming a long time. I wouldn't, and I know this is much easier said than done, but I would do your best to let go of the concept of behind, because there's no finish line. There's no prize. There's no trophy. there's no, you don't get to come to the private island because you only have 50 instead of 150. It's the only person you're competing against is yesterday's you with mounts. It's about the one more and not about what everybody else has. People that have bajillions of mounts don't ride them anyways. For the most part, I'll use my random favorite mount button. It'll pull something up and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen you in ages. I'm sorry. Feels kind of bad. It's all about the next one. It's all about the journey. If the farming's not fun, then you're having a bad day. Best quality reagents. Yeah. What is this worth to somebody for a public order? 1,000 gold? Sure. Oh, somebody did my aspects crest. Nice. I can grab that. Thank you very much. Alright, so I've got my crest, I've got my spark. I will need to get mats later, and then I'm kind of waiting for Flabby to restock his artisan's medal, because so that we can do it with an insight. But that's a later me problem. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can do it now. Okay, what am I gonna need here? Gold is for spending.
Looking to buy?
Why did I think that would narrow things down? Everything starts with Draco. They're male bracers. Adaptive Dracothist arm guards. Track the recipe. Okay. So I need 1 Dracothist, 1 Cobra skin, and that's the expensive part, I believe, is the Cobra skin. Use all rank 3. Okay. Cobra skin. 130. So I know these are super inflated right now. Honestly, don't care. Don't care. I need these before raid. This is how I'm making myself feel better for not getting any tier. There's just so many people in my, like a bunch of tier drop, but there's so many people in my tier token and they're all DPS. I am gonna have to find my HPS somewhere else. Earthshine. And we're gonna need it. Earthshine scales. Okay, we're gonna need 10 of these. And then we're gonna need 150 adamant scales. Oh, those are cheap at least. 150. And I think did I get my Dracothist? No, I need 1 more Dracothist. You'd think I would make it myself, but yeah.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
I am not French Canadian. I am West Coast Canadian. What can Flabby do? I don't have my KSM Omni token yet. No, it'll happen when it happens. So male wrists. Make sure I do this right. Dracothist arm guards. Provide best quality. Make sure we've got our Spark of Shadow Flame. Our enchanted. I know. I'm gonna do a private order. I'm getting there. Or is it gonna wipe all my ingredients? Personal order. Okay. And then, all right, Enchanted Worm's Crest. No, Spark of Shadow Flame. Why can't I use my spark? Oh no, the spark's up there. I'm having a moment. I thought I bought a missive. I thought I bought a missive for this. Did I not buy a missive for this?
Travel safe.
Oh, I think I need to get a missive. Hang on.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Missive. I want to say it's Harmonious. Draconic Missive of the Harmonious. Sounds true. I swear I bought one of these yesterday. Oh no, that's Versa Mastery. That's for something else. Peerless is Crit Mastery.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I don't know how anybody does this in a hurry. There's so many pieces. I feel like I'm setting up a wire transfer and I really want to make sure I don't do anything wrong. Okay, adaptive. Adaptive Dracothist arm guards. Personal order. We use the new spark. Best possible reagents. We've got our Shadowflame crest. We've got our... Where do you put the missive in? Am I dumb? Can you not put a missive into these? Maybe they have like set stats. They do have set stats. Okay, I am dumb. Enchanted... Do I need another thing or is that it? It's just... That's it? I think that's it. Flabby. I think the minimum quality doesn't matter because he's gonna use his insight and we're gonna do our best here. I think that's good. If it's not good, he won't take it. They can't use a missive, I don't think. Set in stats, no missive. Oh, okay. Reserve BlizzCon yet. I don't think I'm going. I'm not currently planning a trip. I'm saving my money. I'm very excited to watch it at home. I'm excited to do BlizzCon Line. I'm excited to co-stream the big speeches if I can. I think that would be really fun. I am not currently planning to be there in the flesh. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at these things. Thank you. Let's take a look at these things. They are 447. Haste Mastery, causing crit damage or healing, can give me a Mastery Haste proc. And they are embellished. So we take off the neck. We put on Magmarax's collar. We swap out those things. We save that. We've still got the Onyx Amulet ring on. I need 2 Sensei's Nelthorite, and then whenever... Oh no, the Limited Diamond I think was already processed, so I can stick that in. Oh no, the diamond wasn't. It was the Worm's Crest that was. Okay. So we'll wait for the diamond. I'm going to buy some Sensei's Nelthorite just for now. 2 of those. That's right, Mastery Crit. Stick those in the neck, because I did already settings it up. And now all I would love to do, aside from make my goal for the day, all I would love to do is do some medium keys, get some Worm Crest so I can jack the item level up on the collar. Also, maybe these pants for now. And then also, it's getting some more crests could help me finish up this weapon. Getting an 8 of 8 champion weapon would be kind of helpful in the meantime. And I think that'll be the best we can do. I'm at 425 right now. I think that's like a very good healing throughput embellish, so I'm quite happy with that. I also have some Venom Steeped Stompers. When I get my... I actually could probably... No, I'm going to wait until I get another Aspect Crest to recraft those to make them 447. I have the Worm Crest right now. And maybe I would, like, with my next Spark, I would Worm Crest recraft my Flame Touch chain to upgrade that. I already Shadow Flame sparked my Stompers, but the trouble is that I don't want to keep piecemeal recrafting them every itty bitty little bit, because it makes poor Flabby use a charge in his Cauldron. Guarantee Worm max rank on the boots. No insight. Might just wait for the next aspect crest, so we don't gotta do it twice. Because we've already recrafted them once. At least they're not 408 anymore. All right, where was I? I was smoking through this. I'm happy with that. I needed something. I needed something real bad. BlizzCon November 3rd/4th this year. They officially announced it. Embellishment on the bracers. They come with... It's one of those pieces of gear that comes with an embellishment, and these ones, these Adaptive Draculist Arm Guards, give you a chance to proc. Taking damage can give you a Versa crit proc, and then causing crit damage or healing can give you a Mastery Haste proc. They're good for healer throughput. I believe Liquid won the Race to World first. I guess I'm gonna have to sell my extra missive. I forgot to. Alright, so now we've spent, what was that, like 150k? 160k maybe? Time to make some gold back. I gotta get back to 4 mil. I don't know why. Ego, something like that. But yeah, getting some more Worm Crests would help out with a few different parts of my gear. I'm just very conscious of the fact, and also hopefully I get my diamond filled. I would, if I really wanted to, I could turn on trade chat and then, like, I don't know, ask, but that doesn't sound like me. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, kitty cat. I'm just very conscious that we're doing heroic progression tonight, and I feel like it's going to be a real high HPS requirement, and I'm going to need every last little bit of juice I can get. Get back to 4 mil to make it easier to get 5 mil. There you go. That is true. That's the reason. That's the why. Liquid, a pretty solid team. Replace one gear, place a gear sim. I have to change so many things to make it all work. Hi. Mwah. Hey, sweetie. Cutie pie. Did I have dreams about raid? No, I had dreams about camping. No, not camping. Traveling? Puppies. There's a lot of things going on. Did you hear about people using Torghast powers to one-shot mythic bosses? No, that's news to me. That's kind of wild. That seems like something that might get hotfixed. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How we doing? How was yesterday? Yesterday was okay. Nice weather. Beautiful outside. It seems so dark in here. But I know that once the sun swings around, it's going to get real bright in this room, so I'm going to not turn up the light or anything. What else can I make, actually? What else can I craft after we're done with this? Also, Profession Weekly wise, I still need to do Decaying Phlegm for Alchemy and then 2 Expedition packs. So maybe I'll do that before I get to, I'll finish this batch of Convergent, but maybe I'll do that before I do anything. How do you keep your kitty at a reasonable weight? Skinny boy, medium boy, and an orange, yeah. I've only had this one cat, so I've only had the first problem where she can sometimes tend towards being underweight, especially if she's been ill. When she was having her dental surgery and not feeling very good, she didn't really want to eat, and that was scary because she wasn't very big to begin with. And got around that by having her teeth fixed first, and then mixing in, and of course consult with your vet. I am not a vet. Talk to your vet. They would love to consult with you on that with solutions. I'm sure they've heard it before. For her, I used a little bit of kitten food. I just mix a tiny bit of kitten food that kind of like matches the composition of her regular food. That stuff is kind of higher calorie, more geared towards weight gain, and that helped put a little extra padding on her bones so that she's just more normal weight and a little bit less skeletal. Because you were really skinny for a while, and I was very worried about you. I've never had the opposite problem. I'm sure that having a big cat that is determined to remain so is difficult to manage. I walk past this one cat sometimes that's like this real chunky gray tabby, and he's got this collar, and the collar just says, "Do not feed." Whatever happens in Torghast stays in Torghast. Do you know if time walking's gone for the rest of the year? In-game calendar doesn't have them there. Oh, certainly not the year, right? Let me look at mine. That seems unreasonable. I have time walking starting next week. I have Cataclysm time walking starting on the 23rd. Sometimes if there's like a bunch of stuff starting on a given day, maybe the other thing would show up first. I have another time walking on June the 13th, and then I have a third one on July the 4th. Also some fireworks that day. It is on my calendar. Maybe a bug or something. I love cats. Me too. Difficult to keep them separated. By essentially impossible. I saw some, and this isn't a solution, but I saw some YouTube thumbnail once about people using, I think it was a Rachel and Jen video, about using a microchip feeder so that the feeder would only allow a specific cat to eat from it, because I didn't watch the video, but they must have had that problem. Have an opinion on the Overwatch 2 debacle. I don't. I could confess that I don't know what the debacle is, and that even if I was told what the debacle was, it seems a bit scummy of me to weigh in on a game that I've never played and don't plan on playing. I'm not even sure if it's out yet. I remember playing the first Overwatch, and then they announced Overwatch 2, and I remember being like, well, that seems arbitrary. Because coming from WoW, it just seems like a really weird thing to position as a sequel and not as an expansion. Saint14, thank you for the 7-month resub. Well, Orange just shoves the others out of the way. Getting smart, hiding under the bed. Yeah, I bet that's tough. I don't have any super good answers. Oh, man. Key, do you get your food all yourself? If you had a bully around that was going to try and eat your food, you would be in big trouble because you don't eat it in a hurry. You like to have the beginning of your meal, and then you wander off to go have a break, and then later you return and you continue to nibble on it. You're a grazer. I can't wait for WoW 2 to drop. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing just didn't make a lot of sense to me, but maybe I'm just old or out of touch or crunchy in the brainsicles. Out of curiosity, what is the debacle about Overwatch 2 PvE? Did they not do it? Is it not good? Are they charging you extra money for it? Is it filled with adorable puppies that you have to squish like balloons? Cancelled! What? That was the whole point of doing Overwatch 2 instead of just a patch or an expansion or whatever. Overwatch 1, they're like, wow, it's gonna have a big PvE. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I mean, it's awful, but is it awful? It's a game. It's to me, as somebody that wasn't invested because I didn't plan on playing it, and I thought that Overwatch 2 was kind of goofy to begin with, that's hilarious because, like, that was the only vague justification they even had for selling it as another game. Oh, man. Profit per craft is from an add-on called Craft Sim, combined with, I'm using TSM for my pricing data. You could also use Craft Sim plus, I believe, Auctionator would also work, or Auctioneer, I think. Jumping into Heroic today, hope it puts up a better fight than normal. I think it will. I think it will. We're kind of in the same position where we cleared normal surprisingly quickly, but now Heroic is not impossible, but it's definitely tighter. They shut down Overwatch 1 for it too. Man, that's just silly. What would they announce at BlizzCon? I don't know anything. I wouldn't be surprised to see them announce the next WoW expansion. I think that by November we would be far enough along in the Dragonflight cycle that it would be kind of weird for them to just be announcing a Dragonflight patch. So I would expect that. I don't know what's going on for other games anymore, though. I've become real out of tune with what's going on in the rest of Blizzard. Even with Hearthstone. I know they do expansions, but I kind of noticed new Battlegrounds patches. I haven't really paid attention to the recent ones. They did something recently, and I remember feeling... I haven't bought the latest Battlegrounds patch, and I don't think I will. Because if I don't buy it, then I probably won't want to play as much, and then I'll have more time. Alright, do I want to make 180 of these? It seems ridiculous. But I don't think I can sell this for 450. Let's make like 50. I think that's more reasonable. Let's crank out some of that. Heroic Skarn was our first big wall. We're only 2 bosses in. I think we're going to try Forgotten Experiment. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think the plan is to do both Forgotten Experiments and Assault of Zicali next. I'm hoping for the best. Ooh, there was a nice multi-craft. 9 golden ones. The fun thing with Sagacious Incense is that copper, silver, or gold, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, whatever, they all give you the same amount of inspiration. It's just a question of how long the actual incense persists for. The silver ones last for 20 minutes, and then the gold ones last for 30 minutes. Most people aren't planning on crafting for longer than 20 minutes, so these things are actually quite valuable. So those are going for 125. These ones are going for 155. I think they're... Maybe somebody wants to have it last for longer. I think for the most part people want 368... 360... Nope, 365. Let's say. And then for this, 387. No, not more than that. I'm gonna say 350 is my asking price for that batch of them. Okay, how do I feel? What did I say? I said a lot of things. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to do. I crafted my bracers. I wanted to go get my profession knowledge. Yeah, let's do that. Am I in my DPS spec? I'm not. Let's go look for expedition packs, a couple of herbs, and then get some decaying phlegm from the old-fashioned spot. I did get a decaying phlegm from doing... Not a key, because you don't get loot and keys. I got it from something. But we'll go keep an eye out for... I never find expedition packs anymore. It actually makes it a bit tricky to get your profession knowledge. Is that tackle box? Tackle box. Gonna turn into a void expansion in the back half? Due for another demon/legion expansion. Please, no. I'm not ready. I don't want any more Mountain Dew. I am hoping for a kind of a void and light expansion where neither one of them is the evil one. That, like, the dark side of the light, I think would be kind of neat. And everything else, if I see another demon, I'm going to, not invite it to my birthday. Felt like I know the Legion was a while ago, but the tail half of Warlords was also demons, and I felt like it lasted for so long. What did I say I was going? We're kind of making our way towards the Azure Span. I'm keeping an eye out for expedition packs. I'm also picking herbs, trying to get Dream Bloom. That's what we're after. Want Rel to storm through the portal? Yeah. I'd be down for her to come back. I can see it. I think that's a likely direction. Drop for the plague stuff in the raid. Oh, yeah, that must have been where I got it from. Although I did get one this week, and we did full clear, so... that must have been where I got it from last week. I'm just gonna... I have my normal spot that usually works kind of sort of okay. In sort of outside of the outdoor bracken hive. The trick is remembering where my spot is. I've been going to the same spot to get my decaying phlegm this entire expansion. And I still get kind of lost and turned around looking for exactly where it is. It's, I would explain to you where it is, but apparently I'm going to have to go poke around and find it. Back to the Shadowlands. Yeah, I don't think they would do that again. I think that they kind of had their high concept afterlifey expansion. And I think it went about as well as it could have been, as it could have gone. And I think we're back. What can they do? What else can they do? What can they do that's... I know that Dragon Isles is kind of a back to traditional Azeroth kind of thing while still being new zones. What else could they do that would kind of bring us back without it being a big faction thing? Because I think we're kind of done with the faction war storylines for the time being, which means that assuming that you want to have an antagonist and you're not going to just have a faction, like an expansion story that is absent of an antagonist, you know... I think it would be weird and maybe a little unpopular if they just went for like more of a political intrigue or, you know, self-examination angle. Actually, political intrigue hasn't been working for me all that well with the Black Dragons. I know they're all oh, I can't take them. What are we doing? I was looking for my spot. I think it might be underneath that cliff on that side of the road. Undermine Goblin expansion. Ooh, that would be kind of fun. Whatever happened to Mr. Real Big Angry Goblin that enslaved me when I was leaving the Goblin starting area? What's his name? Why am I struggling with that right now? He's the big one. Gallywix. Yeah, is he dead? Have we killed him yet? Because last time I checked, and I haven't checked in ages, I'm not much of a lore person, but I remember he is dead? Okay, when did he die? I thought he was, like, still in charge of the goblins. Yeah. Haven't seen him since BFA? He didn't die. Well, I'm getting conflicting information. We saw him in Tazavesh, not dead. Oh. He's in Tazavesh last we saw. Just like having a hot dog and a pretzel or making some sort of a deal in Tazavesh. Okay. No longer leading the goblins. Okay. Peaced out. Gazlo's leading the goblins now. Gotcha. Okay. The server's dead. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Is this where I like to be? I don't know if it is. There's a spot. Is it farther up the hill? It's not in like the super dense elite part. It's kind of around, maybe there's the bramble stags and the bramble does. It's a spot that's kind of around here-ish. And it has a bunch of rotting trees. And the rotting trees usually got the goods. But I thought it was on the south side of this. This isn't the hour crafting. I know, I got interrupted mid-crafting. I figured I should finish getting my my profession knowledge, just in case I decide I want to craft some like air potions. I could get like a couple extra skill points at them. What is this? Is it a scout pack? But where? Oh, don't tell me there's a cave. Don't tell me there's a cave. There must be a cave. Oh, I need scout packs too, is the brutal part. I really need them. Oh, there's the cave. How much is this gonna suck? You know what? Not that bad, actually. I was a little afraid it was gonna be just packed full of elite mobs. And we are okay. We are okay. Because I need, I've got 2 profession knowledge drops. There's one of them. What are you farming? I'm looking for my profession knowledge. I'm looking to clean up this section of the list right now. I need 1 more expedition pack drop, and then I need 3 Dream Bloom petals, and I came out this way because I want my decaying phlegm as opposed to fresh phlegm. There's a Trent. It's dead though. I might also, it's possible it can drop from just this straight decay themselves. I think that might be true as well. So let's just grab a bunch of this and hope for the best. There's a rotting trend. Yeah, this is my spot. Where is my spot? It's above the river, below the camp. I need to tattoo the coordinates onto the inside of my hand. Where is it? I can never find it. But these guys for sure drop it. Cork, thank you for the 31-month reset. Good vibes. It's off flood. That's it. Mucus. Yeah, the list is super nice. There it is. If I don't have the weak aura, I have no idea how much of my profession stuff I have left to get. It's the only way that I keep track. TSM, can you give me a break? Hoping with the introduction of Augvoker, they start adding more supports, hoping for Bard. It would be interesting if Augvoker goes really well, and then they add more support specs, and the expectation becomes that you have one of them, because, A, that would be kind of an interesting shake-up to dungeon groups in general, and also, you could probably make an argument for floating, well, you know, that would be an interesting thing to dungeon groups in general, although depending on how popular they are relative to DPS, you could run into a real problem where it's already difficult sometimes for groups to find tanks and healers. If you have another specialized thing that is outnumbered by DPS that not as many people want to do as they want to do damage, it may get harder to fill groups if it becomes expected. But also that it would become very, at least for the top end groups that like are worried about it, it would become very pick and choosy of like, you can only run these DPS with this particular support spec because these ones combo together really well. So we got this, which means we must get that because that's the other thing that's good with this thing. And it kind of like locks your group comps into archetypes. I don't know if that would happen. I'm talking out of my butt. I don't know anything, but it's there's kind of upsides and downsides to that future if they did expand the role. I'm just curious to see how the thing hits the game in general, and what the impact is like for my own keys and groups and pugs. Let me tell you, you found this spot every week since Dragonflight and have not remembered where it is once. Nice tradition we have at Hazel HQ. I wonder what it is about that spot that my brain is just allergic to. It's right in between the road and these little mountains. Is it just because there's a bunch of roads and a bunch of mountains? It's like, I'll be out for a hike and someone will say, hey, look at that bird. And I'll be like, where? And they're like, in the tree. And I'm like, we're in a forest. I can't. Yeah, if I trip on Breezebiter, then I'll kill him. I probably won't go super far out of my way for it. Like, I'm not going to server hop or anything. Would Hazel Nutty HQ be the nut house? Oh, man. I hope not. I'm out of gas. I'm not doing this. There we go. Prediction for the new spec: infuriates PvEers because it's mandatory to bring, won't work in small group PvP. Buffs aren't made for small group size. Yeah, I think it would be very dependent. Yeah, you're right. Like threes, if you can't sacrifice your healer for it, which I don't think you can, then yeah, it would take a very special other DPS. I don't think it would do a whole lot there, but yeah, we'll see. I think in raids is probably where it sounds the most fun and reasonable, because in a raid, you can't have everybody being buffed by an Augvoker. It sounds like a lot of the buffs will apply to the nearest 4 players. The nearest, you know, you buff one player with this and one player with this. It's not exactly like an entire raid-wide everybody gets stronger sort of thing. So while it's, you know, nice to have one in the group, and you can certainly sort of pick and choose who's getting those buffs to try to, like, amplify your best players, I wonder if it would lead to some people feeling left out. Like, they were already the players that maybe weren't parsing as high and maybe weren't doing as much damage. And then you enter an Augvoker world where the players that were already crushing them into bits in the meters are now getting picked for extra special buffs. I wonder if it's just going to make, like, increase the DPS gap, so to speak. And of course, you can always say, work harder, read a guide, lift some weights, scream into the ocean, you know, and do some more damage. And then maybe you'll be picked for the Augvoker buffs. I wonder if it'll make some people feel like bad or left out that they're not considered for them because they don't do enough to begin with. So there's my catalyst, and then I just need 2 more Dreambloom petals, although that's not as mandatory. Like, I would like them, but it's not gonna... Herbalism knowledge is kind of whatever. Although if I see an expedition pack, I know I got my knowledge already. But there's a mount I need from expedition packs. I never did get the whatchamacallit. Trying to finish that one up. The skitterfly from expedition packs after you're exalted with the dragon flights, so that would be kind of nice. There we go. This dragon is very long. Need to get my Drake a helmet. They've been smashing headfirst into trees for too long. I love rich get richer kind of gameplay. Only a support role, not expected to do massive damage. Good spec for raid leaders to run with. They can keep an overview of a raid. Maybe. Reserve judgment until they come. Be snarky for no reason. That's what we're on the internet for. What is Twitch for if not to doomsay and snark? All right, let's go finish. We got our alchemy knowledge. I was gonna put it into. I'm working on air potions now. We are one short of some extra inspiration on air pods, which is kind of a bummer because sometimes I do make air pods. Do I inspire air pods? Sometimes. Yeah, there's nothing crazy in here, but I'm just kind of finishing it up for the sake of it. Oh, I sold some Omnium Draconis. How are you enjoying the short hair? Plans to grow it back, keeping it short. It's really nice. I'm not planning really much of anything. I'm just kind of seeing how it feels, and then if I want to, and then just kind of taking it one day at a time. It's hard to imagine growing it out real long again, though. And I don't even know what real long means to me, but compared to the amount of effort and money that it used to take to even poorly maintain a mop of curly hair, it's hard to imagine going back to that when it wasn't really doing a whole lot for me. 30 seconds of the shower is the best part for me. I want an ice cream. Very long compared to before anyways. This is true. This is true. Been a confusion to me is why the raid leader is not an extra person that doesn't do anything. I think that is a thing. In Race to World First, I think Max was famously the person that popularized being like raid leading while not actively, like raid leading by watching other people's points of view and not actively playing in the raid themselves. But within the course of just like casual gameplay, I think it's harder to find a player that wants their guild to succeed so badly that they're willing to do all of that work, not actually get to play, and then not actually get any loot either, like just to pull strings and then hope that they feel fulfilled. I think that for just like your weekend raiders, that's a bit of a tougher ask. I got my one more piece of knowledge. We put it in there. We get our 15 things. Okay. What else do I want to make? What else do I want to make? Any of these? No. No, thank you. How much Omnium Draconis did I sell? I know I sold some of it. Not getting to play as wild to me personally. I certainly couldn't do it. We sold a good chunk of Primal Convergent, actually. We sold all that Tepid Versa. We're still sitting on a lot of Silver Convergent, and we're sitting on a lot of Draconis. But we did just sell, like, 500 worth. 400. Okay, good to know, good to know. So I'm not going to worry about making more of that yet. What are we saying here? What's profitable? Shocking Disclosure has been doing well for me. I don't think I can get that much for it, but I think that I can make a nice batch of that, especially... I mean, I don't even need the inspiration, but... I've been selling Shocking Disclosure and actually Hush Zephyr as well. We'll make a batch of that. Let's do that. We're going to just do 100 worth. 100 air, 100 earth.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Air.
To be at least 2 centuries
100 of those. And then earth, we're looking for 77 earths. And then 2,500 of this. I know I have more than that. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Did I get enough vials? 500? No, I need more vials. Make a nice big batch of that. Heck yeah, back to crafting. I'm finished my coffee too. I don't even have a good excuse.
You find anything exotic?
Alright, give me that. I spent a bunch of gold this morning getting my, oh, turned on. I need to get rid of those other ones. I spent a bunch of gold getting... There we go. I'm changing it for both sets. Sure, yeah. Let's just get rid of my old ones. Because those are last season anyways. Did I... Oh, I need to get a leech enchant for my new bracers. I need a leech enchant for them. And then I think I can also just, like, chuck my lariat. It served me well. Devotion of Leech? Is that what it's called? It is called Devotion of Leech. I remembered something. Before I forget. Don't know if Ogvokers will be mandatory for raid. Yeah, I think it depends kind of on your raid. And who's in it and how good they are. I think that with certain players, if you have a handful of people that really carry your raid, that are like really playing above and beyond, and if they play classes that really benefit from Ogvoker, then an Ogvoker could make a huge difference by amplifying the right people. But there's probably plenty of situations where you'd be better off just having another DPS. You ever wake up feeling like death? What do you do to prevent it from happening again? That could be a lot of things. And I'm not a doctor. I would say hydration is, of all the things, your most likely culprit. Drink some water before you go to bed. I keep my water bottle on my nightstand, so the first thing I do, I wake up, I can slam some water, even if it's gross, I just try and do it anyways. I like to imagine my body as like a really cool gadget, and I just put the water in, and then it's going to figure out what to do with it. I like to imagine I am delegating hydration to my body. All I have to do is swallow it, and then this magical entity will turn it into feeling better for me. And that's a pretty good deal. So that's one thing. There could be lots of other things, but yeah, good night's sleep and some water helps a lot. The weak aura is Tama's Dragonflight Helper. It's excellent. It's really, really good. Actually, I need you guys to help me out because I forget how to disable the other parts of it. And I used to turn off this whole upper part because I don't really care about tracking this. Also, it's incorrect. I did do the world boss. And I know that there's like eyeballs or something that you can click on to disable them. Tama's Dragonflight Helper. Hang on a second. It's this one. There's something I'm supposed to be able to click on to like make the different parts of it not load. Nice bottle. Oh, thanks. It's an iron flask. They have them on Amazon. They do the job. Pretty much any vacuum sealed stainless steel water bottle will work. They shower high temporarily, go to the load tab. And then what? This is the part that really gets me. I want to disable certain, I want to make sure the profession list is good. You know, I don't want to kill that. I want everything else. Select your options. Load tab, select your options. Like when you want to say, no, I want to pick and choose which parts of it I turn off. And I know that I can do that because I did it last time. I don't think I deleted them. Maybe I just deleted them. Maybe I just killed this. Maybe I just killed it. Delete. Job done. Why fix something with a delicate screwdriver when you can just take a big hammer and break it? What else am I doing? I'm going to post those shocking disclosures.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Chuck those up. Very good. 56. Is that what they're worth? I'm going to post mine for like 52. Cannot find this add-on. Is it on CurseForge? So that's a weak aura. So you need the weak aura's add-on, and then you have to import the specific weak aura. That you can find them on wag.io. Percussive maintenance. Okay, what am I doing? I posted my shocking disclosures. I think I decided I didn't really need to do Hush Zephyr. It would be a lot of them. I can sell them. They do sell. It would be a lot of them. Cauldrons are no good. You can't sell those. Healing pots. Healing pots are actually quite nice because you can sell them. And they're cheap to make is the thing. You don't have to invest millions of gold to make like a bunch of those. What are we saying? Elemental potions of power also once again profitable. You know what I might do actually then? I don't have any of those right now. If I'm not selling my convergence, if I'm not selling my silver convergence and my silver draconis, let's just cancel this. And we'll just cancel this. And then we'll see. I'm just going to make another batch of elemental power. I think that'll be good. People buy those to make them into cauldrons. I cannot get that BB fist made. Nobody wants to spend their barter bricks on a toy recipe for jewel crafting. So if I have 600 of those, 200 times 5, 1,000 vials, I think. I think we're talking 1,000 draconic vials.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2.
And this is a good one to chuck a incense for, I think. Just returning to the game today. Yeah, the Dragonflight Helper is awesome. I don't know how people keep track of their profession knowledge and make sure they're getting all of it otherwise. The other parts are probably also nice. They show you things like your renown on the part that I just deleted, you know, they'll show you renown on your screen, kind of a checklist of the different weekly activities. I guess I'm not too worried about them. Elemental potions of power. Yeah, so we can do like a 200 batch of that, which should make at least 1,000 of these. And then I'm just repurposing stuff that I already made. And, nope, that's it. Handy notes, hunted down the ones listed there. Probably missing a bit, though. Yeah, the weekly ones are the ones that I tend to forget to do. Having lots of professional knowledge is real nice. helps make this process more effective. So what else am I going to do today? It's already 10 o'clock. Actually, do you think I could make it in time? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's try and make it in time. It's 5 minutes past, but let's go see if I can squeak in time for, if I can somehow get to the Forbidden Reach and do the snail thing. It might be possible for me to, get another piece of snail glue. I'm at 35 pieces of leftover slime. So yeah, take me up here. And if I don't do it, then I'm never going to get any. Is it still smoky outside? It didn't get too bad here in Victoria. It actually stayed okay. It was a little smoggy. Oh geez. Oh dear. Oh gosh. That's the wrong kind of thing. Here. Wrong keybind. Can't fly that here. Here we go. It was a little kind of muggy looking on the horizon on Monday when I was out fishing, but it didn't smell bad, which is good for now. Larkinella morning? Oh, thanks, honey bun. She's the weekly tailoring with alts. Yeah, one of the nice things about the alchemy thing is that I don't have to do any work orders for it. When I was, back in the day when I was trying to keep up with my tailoring, I was, oh, tag it! I'm helping! There we go, we did it.
That should slow them down.
3 leftover elemental slime, no problems. Just in time. I heard, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard that you can swap to, I don't know if it's Tempestrian. You can swap to the elemental thing on other, like you can join groups on other realms and then do it again. Jump layers. Yeah, I would only do it if somebody had a group listed for this specific thing, I think. Okie dokie. I was mid potion crafting is what I was doing. Although my Hearthstone's down. Oy, 79, is that reasonable? 76. 28k worth of those, and then those can go for whatever they want to go for, and then... Oh, I need to actually enchant my Devotional Leech on. Alright, you know what I need? I need worms crests. I don't have very many of them this week, especially... I did keys a little bit on Tuesday, but we did 16 pluses, so I was getting aspect crests, which is great. That's how I got my Dracothis crafted at 447, but it does mean I'm not doing so good for... worm crusties, and I need them for stuff. I need them to upgrade my weapon. I need them to upgrade my pants. I need one of them at least to upgrade my pants. And I need them to upgrade my new neck, this thing. Also, hopefully, I get unlimited diamonds at some point. I have an extra Dracathist. Huh. Alright. One of these days, I want to start shuffling as well, but I think I want to worry about my main first. I think I want to mostly work on this. I'm 1700, so if I get to 2k, I can get a free piece of tier, an Omni token. I don't even know what slot I would use it for. I guess I would basically look at the raid and then pick the slot that drops latest. Because presumably that's the stuff we're going to have on farm last. I don't know. Pre-mades for dungeons. That's not dungeons at all. There's dungeons. So for... I actually haven't done an Alferis. For Worm's Crest, you're looking in kind of the 11 to 15 range. And if you're just kind of pugging them, there's no harm in doing them closer to 11 than anything. Hui. Shoulders are from Nilf. Might be the hardest to get. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing to keep an eye on. Freeholds are nice and short. I'm not scared of Brackenhide, especially not on like a 12. Maybe in a puck. Maybe I should be scared of a Brackenhide. I've done so much Underrot, man. But it's got a mount. Oh, no. We got accepted to the Brackenhide. Okay, so my Hearthstone's back up. Yeah, my Hearthstone's back up, so I can start heading out there. Assuming that they're not ready to summon. Wish we could have like a mana potion for our dragons. I'm excited to bust out these new bracers. I shouldn't really notice it much. It's just a passive proc. I don't need to play any differently. I'm just excited to have one last thing on. Or one more thing on. So I got that. I got food. I got runes. What else do I want? Should I just stick a temp gem in my helmet until I can get my skillful one made? How expensive can a Sensei's Nelthorite even be? I have a work order up. 700 gold. I could get a baby one for 76 gold. Fine. I'll burn 700 gold. Just to not have an empty gem slot for the morning. Hopefully I get that thing made by raid time. Need a skillful maid. I put up a public work order on Lightbringer. I think. Let me go double check. Make sure it's still up. I think I put up a public work order with mats and everything. My orders. Order listed. Yeah, I listed one on Lightbringer. Spends 100k plus, hesitates for 700. It's because I know that I'm gonna replace it anyways. But, oh man, I'm a dragon on a dragon. I hate it when that happens. I try to ride my mount from my visage form so that I don't look like a goof. Bosses feel way easier than trash? Yeah, that's pretty normal for fortified weeks. Trash is gonna be a little bit the scary part here. I need to make sure I get into my Mythic Plus healing build. It's different than my Raid healing build. I couldn't tell you how, but WoW cared enough to make them separate listings. All set? Oh, shucks. Thanks. Can I find a... Maybe I'll just... Oh, I can just stick a... I know there's going to be a mailbox in Iskara, but let's just kind of grab this. And well, gives me an extra 75 primary stat. Job done. Sylwevern, thank you for the 14-month resub. How am I doing? Flightstones wise, 1600. So that's a good place to be. I'm not capped. Also, does anybody like the Flightstone cap? How do we feel about that? I think it's a little dumb. I would like, if there must be a cap, which I don't really see why, it would be nice if it was higher than that. Oh, it's not my favorite. What are we achieving with the Flightstone cap? Oh no, we lost somebody. We lost our tank. Uh-oh. Hopefully that wasn't the person that had the key. Was that the key holder? I don't know. What is my key anyways? I have a Braconite 16. I have a feeling they don't want to do that. Not a fan of the Flightstone cap at all. If you spend some, you can earn more. But it's just like, because you can spend some and earn more, it just seems so rude that if you don't spend any, like you don't have the crest to spend them yet, you're burning them whenever you're doing content that's giving crests. Was that the key holder? Sounds like it may have been the key holder that just like invited a bunch of people and then left. They said, "What's up?" And I said, "Hi." And then they were like, gone. Well, okay. Yikes. Yeah. Rip. Yeah, I don't see any problem with letting people hoard flight stones, though. Like, it's not, like, they shouldn't ever be the obstacle to you upgrading a thing. It's the crests that are generally the bottleneck, so I don't know. I don't like the flight stone cap. I would like to see it changed, but it is not my game. Pardon me. All right. Well, should I look for a Braconhide because I'm already here? There's a Braconhide 11. That is somebody else. Oh, you know what I could do? You know what might be good for me to do? Is, they have a 70, they've done a Braconite on a 5. Oh, I see. So you can see what they've done, what their score is for Braconhide. I was thinking I could turn on Raider IO so I can, like, scope these groups out, like, a teeny tiny little bit. There's a Braconite 12, but that person's actually done it on a 16. That's, at least one of them. I can't speak for the rest of them. Yeah, let's try that. I have also done a Braconhide on a 16, so I'm just here for Worm's Crests. Lavanya, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Keeping the bags in your inventory super inefficient, helps with building a stockpile. Most of mine aren't from bags, though. Almost none of my flight stones are from bags. We, of course, shows the class of everyone before you join. Alright, I'm gonna pop my File of Versa, and then not my Hissing Rune. We want the other one. We want the Howling Rune. First, for a little bit of haste. And then I can sell food, probably, because I'd be surprised if they drop a feast for this. So I'm just gonna eat my deviled eggs. Pre-made group finders. You set it more filters. I've heard of that one. I think I might have to try that, especially if I'm going to be just pugging a bunch of stuff. I might have to give that a go. Oh, I have unread mail. Did I sell something?
Have anything ancient to
How much
trade?
sometimes I like to check my TSM just to see how much value my sold stuff is. Apparently I've got 527k pending gold that'll be on its way in. So I must have sold. Yeah, we sold a bunch of stuff. That's nice. I'm still sitting on quite a few elemental potions of power, but that is okay.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, after this one, maybe I'll try with that pre-made group finder add-on. It sounds very intriguing. I am intrigued. I'm interested. So this level should have entangling, but no, whatchamacallit. No bolstering, which is good because bolstering's scary and entangling's fine. So we're good with that. We got 2 evokers. Highest amount of gold you've ever had. Had about 15 mil myself. I must have been 5 mil because I remember I got 5 mil and then I bought the Brutosaur, and I don't think I ever got above 5 mil after that. So I don't think I've ever had more than 5 mil, which I guess is a perfectly good reason to make that my gold making goal for right now. Is I don't think I've ever had more than that. I got to it in BFA, and I think I've been below there ever since. So I'm gonna Broodkeeper's Promise. I can keep. I need trinkets bad. I was really hoping I could get I was really hoping I could get Rashok's Molten Heart, but it's a popular trinket for a lot of people. I'm hoping another one. Maybe a heroic one will drop. New bowstring is not that scary. Yeah, it's easy for a DPS to say. Oh, new bowstring will take some getting used to, I think.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Any idea if the Brutusaur will make its way back? I don't know. I am doubtful. I'm hopeful. I think it would be nice if it did. As a Brutusaur owner, I would love to share my luck with the rest of the world, but I don't know if they'll ever do it. They've been stubborn about it before, but they've also been kind of relenting on different things that they've been stubborn about, so that's something.
Beware.
So what I want to do is just kind of be cautious, you know, do some damage, but don't stress out too much about doing damage. You know, it's important that you're keeping on top of healing, and that it's important that you watch where you're standing, that I watch where I'm standing, and that I don't start losing. I don't start pulling stuff that I'm not supposed to. So they fixate. Oh, am I in my rate? I'm in my rate healing spec. Oh, it's a 12, so we should be okay. But my rate healing spec has Dream Flight, and I don't know what it drops for Dream Flight. Can't be anything good. Dream Flight's a tough one to make use of in dungeons. There's a lot of places that are not safe to stand. At least we have stasis. At least I'm not trying to heal this without stasis. Holy moly. I'm level 425.5. 425.5. With my new arm guards on. Excellent. Good. Good. I need some worm crests so I can get I've got a bunch of gear that I could upgrade. I just need more crests. Okay.
Beware.
Here, we'll chuck up details just for the sake of it. Spare no more hunters. Heard the ready check sound? Oh man. It's okay. It's just Hazel's Brackenhide puck. So I think I'm gonna mostly just hold my kicks for, well, no. Well, oh, I don't have a kick. I don't have a kick. I do not have a kick. This is not a drill. I can't help. Oh, I hope they're on. We have a prop paladin. They have like 19 kicks. It'll be fine, right? Right. Oh, jeez. I love his shield. Shield. I love his shield. Shell shield. I just had a minor neurological event. I love his shield. I hope he can kick things because I usually have a kick in my Mythic Plus spec. I forgot to change my spec because I am a little bitty of a dingling sometimes. So I'm doing this in my raid healing spec. Option to auto hide based on criteria. Macro to show hide. I just have a /details toggle button that I use to just kind of flick it up or down. You could also type /details toggle, or I'm sure it's true you could also set it up to auto show and hide. I do it manually with a button because I like to kind of toggle it off. Most of the time in raid, I like to keep it minimized. I find that if I'm watching the meters, I'm not watching the fight, and that I tend to perform a lot better if I just focus on performing and focus on doing my very best, and then check to see how it went after the fact. Am I spec'd into... Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay. All right. Step out and change talents. I don't think it's that important for this. I think it would be more of a time loss to do that. I think we can probably heal people through this. The trash should be the hardest part because it's a fortified week. I'm not too concerned about the bosses. I feel confident as long as they know the fights. I feel confident that I know the fights well enough now. Ooh, you have been pained. That hurts. These guys fixate things like the meat, things like the there's a lot of trash in here, can be quite dangerous. So you let them out. I'll do it.
Be careful out there.
I spent like half an hour in the first boss in here, the first week on Tyrannical, just learning it step by step, one mechanic at a time. And it was miserable, but it was exactly what I needed to feel better about this key for maybe not like the rest of the patch, but for a while. At least we have temporal anomaly. That's nice. I'm still wearing my 4-set from last season, because I can't really replace it until I get 2-set, and I have 0-set right now. I need to be a better adjusted person. I'm salty about my vault. I'm vault salty. I'm vaulty. I had 6 options, and none of them were tier. Not one piece of tier. No tier. Only tiers. I was listening to... I'm such a bitter old harpy. I was listening to people in my guild raid on voice talk about, oh man, they had to take tier, but it wasn't 441. Shucks! No tier, only tiers could be a tattoo. Okay. Hopefully we've got this. So, the thing with Gash Frenzy. Let's just kind of take this nice and easy. They're on top of the kicks. I really appreciate that. I'm happy with that. Also, I think they killed people fast enough that we actually don't have sorry, I know that's on top of my details. We actually don't have... I didn't even have to dispel the tank. That was easy. Twigbot 4K, thank you for the 10-month resub. Happy Thursday, Hazel. Mythic key runs I see. Good luck with them. Thank you very much. 3 of 4 tier already. Stats and some pieces are garbo. Get replaced for now. They're just random level. Getting the set bonus online, I know it's different for some classes, and some classes and specs want it more than others. But, yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm not even that fussed about my 4-set. I just want 2. Well, once I get 2, then I'll want 4, I'm sure. Tier chet piece crit verse, so bad. Yeah, getting KSM will give you one piece of tier. Which is 1 piece more than no pieces of tier. Maybe I want to feel sorry for myself. Maybe I'm just enjoying my pity party. Maybe I need to... I don't know. I need to get lucky is what I need. Maybe next week's vault will be better. Cavern World Quest with weapon upgrades? Nice. 29 raid bosses this week. 0 pieces of loot from raid. Oh, man. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what I should do after this key? LFR. I should do LFR. I should just try. Because it has tier. I could get LFR tier. That is an option. The odds of it dropping and then of you winning it in LFR are not super high, but I would be doing myself a disservice to not try. So I should try and do that before raid. Because if I can get, you know, LFR gloves out of raid, then at least if I can get LFR gloves before raid, then at least I'll have like 1 piece. Or if I can get LFR gloves and then I get the KSM token, then I could have 2 piece. Because I just want the HPS. Well, you know what else it is I want to I want to be able to play with my set bonus while I'm still doing the hard healing. I'm so weirdly hung up on this idea that by the time I finally get my set bonus online and my trinkets, it's going to be over. Like the hard healing is going to be done with. We're going to be on farm when you don't even need healers. There's no healing to be done anyways. Right now is when I need the HPS. We're not going to need it later. And I'm sure that's true to some extent. I think I'm pretty hung up on it. This is a little painful, huh? Do a little bit of this, and then we can do it again. And then let's just kind of clean the tank up. We do have the paladin, so I'm sure they're doing their best with disease dispels as well. Stomp sounds like an AoE thing. Can I save that guy? Maybe. What else do I have here? Yeah, okay. I will drink something. Oh geez, I can't drink. I can't drink. Oh, I forgot to clean. I forgot to fix the cauldron. I have alchemy. I could have done it. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, I can list up a group. I can list up a group for LFR. Do hard enough keys when you have it all. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But even keys eventually at the high end, in theory, become less about HPS and more about DPS. You should be able to reach a point of coordination with your groups where people just aren't taking very much damage, and you're spending most of your time DPSing anyways. It's this heroic progression rating that's the real throughput faucet. Beware. The cauldron lets everybody click it, and when you've clicked it, you get an extra action button that cleanses you of disease, which, as you can imagine, is very handy in Brackenhide Hollow. Free disease dispel. Alright. Nice thing about the rest of the bosses in here is that they're all really easy. They're all very straightforward. It's just the first boss that's a little bit annoying. But I'm not too scared. I think I also have 2 charges of reversion in my Mythic Plus healing tree. Oh, you can aim that. It's good to know. Hey, hello. How are you? Yeah, bosses are no problem. I do like the voice acting in here. I don't know why, because they're kind of awful, but I'm really fond of Gutshot. Gutshot's voice acting just kind of works. You know? It's the cute voice combined with the saying just really brutal things that that does it for me. I raised her from cub. Yeah. We'll turn it up when we get there, or maybe now, so that by the time we get there we can hear it. Oh, maybe we shouldn't be in here. What are the odds that I can do this? Oh, it's already up. Oh. Lost one of them. Getting distracted at work, as usual. Been there. Ooh. How we doing? Can take that off. Could pick up my dragon friend. Do a little bit of that. There we go. May as well use Dreamflight sometime if you think it can be done safely. If I'm gonna have it anyways, you really shouldn't have it in keys, but what are you gonna do? Looted the dice, let's go! The dice! Harlan's dice? Is that what we're saying? Are you free of freehold? Are you freehold free? Beware. Double gut stabbers. On me. Beware. Still gut stabbers. Still on me.
Beware.
Can't believe we made it through that. That's 122 KHPS. We used every button. Oh man, that was a spicy pull. Free from the hold. How could you describe your experience with this expansion so far? Hazel's having fun. I am really enjoying the everything. Mostly the traditional stuff, you know? Keys, raid, solo shuffle actually surprisingly fun. I did not expect to like solo shuffle, and then I did. Alright, what are we saying? We're saying one of these, one of these. Holy moly, that hurts. And then that's in my stasis. But we've actually, I think we've overpulled. Because, yeah, no, we've super overpulled somehow. I don't know how, but I think this was a new route for us. I don't think this tank had done this side before. I don't know what we would have skipped, but we are almost done with trash. And in my experience, usually every time I've run this place, we get to the end, the last boss, and we actually have more trash to pull after. So something must have happened here. Professions in crafting looks fun. Yeah, it's been more fun with professions than I've like ever had at any other point in WoW. All right, here's gotcha.
Come to me. Love the sound of track snaps.
I love her.
Come, cubs, feeding time.
Where are the puppies?
Gotcha is most painful way to die.
I'm sure it is.
The hot leader. Clever meat.
Do I think the expansion is friendly to newer returning players?
Come to me,
I think that
clever meat.
it's got lots of catch-up built into it. So you should be able to get to a place where you can do everything you want to without needing to play for months to get caught up. So it's new player friendly in that way. However, it's not the simplest expansion they've ever made. They've kind of gone back to making nerd games for nerds, and which I adore, but it does mean that there's a lot of, if you want to really get fully up on everything, particularly professions in crafting, but even, you know, gearing and keys and the new upgrade system and everything, it all works a little differently than it used to. And it takes, I would imagine it might take just like a little bit of figuring out just to kind of get caught up on what you need to do to get stuff. Because it's more complex than it used to be. So I think that the actual doing process is not so bad. It's mostly the figuring out process. But that's just my take. I'd be interested to see. Are we invising? We're just sneaking up this wall. Ooh, okay. I'm going to stand right here.
Beware.
I'm going to stand right here. I don't have a kick. I suppose I could do like a... Oh no, I can't even knock them up. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho.
Beware.
Because yeah, we are fully done on enemy forces.
Everything rots away in the air.
But you have to do a bunch of this trash, I think.
Control
Oh no, we're
I claim
cloaking. We're
everything.
shrouding.
I will
We're sneaking.
wither this world and eat its bones.
I think we have to do this one. Yeah. All right. Nice. Oh, we have loads of time left.
Your corpses will spread the rats.
Not saying we should, you know.
Beware.
Good, good, good. Go team. Good job. Proud of everybody.
This power obeys me.
There's a new totem. Okay.
Beware.
And wither. This power obeys me.
New totem. Boss is almost dead. Whoa. Get me out of there. Oh, we're committing. Wait.
No, I will not lose more.
We did it. We did it. Counts. Rot and die. Yeah, you'd think the rotting is implied if you die too.
Your homes, everything.
Oh man. Quickest way to get the red world set. That actually, I do not know. Mostly from the Ferric assaults? Okay. Huh? That's weird. Somebody in the party chat said, you have a horse and a mount, by the way. What? Pardon me? Maybe because somebody got like an achievement? Somebody got a Keystone Master for that. That's funny. Alright, well, we got a crest fragments. That's a Whelpling crest fragment. That's not what I need. I'm gonna head back to town. I'm going to take a very short break and then I'm gonna try and put together a little LFR. A little looking for raid action. A horse and a mount. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I do not have KSM yet, no. I could probably get it this week with some concerted effort. I am at a 17-15 score currently. So here, let's catch up on our crests. I'm just stacking up Drakes and Whelpling crests for fun, I guess. I think Worm crest, I think I would only have 12. I would have gotten 12 fragments for that. Oh no, I have 32. There we go. That's something. I can make a couple crests with that. Let's upgrade some gear. Nice, okay. So I think one thing that I want to do. Let's go to the gear upgrader. I wish there was like another one. I don't want to go in the PvP area on my PvE character. I don't know why. I don't feel like I'm welcome here. Also, that's not even the PvP area. That is definitely just where the barbershop is. That happens to me not every time, but an embarrassing number of the times. We're gonna pop in here and look at the upgrades.
The city's finest.
So for my pants, which they're hero track, so I think I'm going to be wearing those for a while. Unless I get tier in that slot. I'm tempted to not upgrade those in case I get tier in that slot. The neck, we can definitely do. Nah, you know what? Just. Oh, it's hard to know. The weapon's a good choice. Weapon's a good choice for sure. That's going to give me a lot of int. We can spend that. And then we can do that. And then that is a fully 8 of 8 two-handed int weapon with half decent stats. So we're cool with that. We're good with that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You can upgrade tier cheaper if you replace them. That's a good point. I think I just used both of my crests though, so we're gonna have to get some more. Change those into tier in a month. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what it's gonna come to. That brings me up to 426. I'm going to briefly AFK and take a short break, and when I come back, I'm gonna try and put together a little LFR adventure. What are we saying? Raid Finder. This thing. We're gonna see what we can do. Okie dokie. I think what we were looking at last time that we did this is that for whatever reason, LFR has a minimum item level of 386. So we're going to start a custom group. We're going to call it Hazel's LFR Wing 1. Minimum is going to be 386. Max of 2517. I don't think we're going to get that many, but just saying that if we get to like 5 healers, we won't invite any more healers, that kind of thing. 2517. All right, I'll list this for a minute or two. If anybody wants to come along, you would need to be, I believe, Alliance and North America. I do not believe I can take a cross-faction group into a LFR queue. If it was a normal pug, we could, but I've already done normal. Oh, look at all these warlocks. Look at all these 411 warlocks. me and my lock team. Here's some gold. Not mad about that. Hard to go wrong with tepid verses. They sell. People buy them eventually.
Have anything ancient to trade?
What else do we have on
Needs
us?
to
Not
be
actually
at
that
least
much. We
2
sold another...
centuries old.
We sold some more. Do a little reset. I'll probably craft some more stuff while I'm having lunch. I got that 200k to make back that we spent today on these
If you find
bracers.
anything exotic, bring it to
Convert
me.
that to a nice raid. I shall be healing, and that means I can just stay in the same spec I did that dungeon in, because I did the dungeon in my healing spec. Yeah, what are we gonna say? Eliana, thank you for the 22-month resub.
Have
Appreciate
anything
it.
ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Am I still listed? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Check up a track of this. 350. It's not worth 350. Chuck it up for there. There.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
We might have to wait in queue for a bit once we get this going.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries
I'll leave the group
old.
open for another minute or two, in case anybody else wants to come to my LFR party. What else can I sell here? What else can I get rid of from my bags? Man, the crest fragments really clog everything up. I'm carrying around these BB fist mats. I guess I can just put those in the... Well... Hey! Someone to heal with me. You know. Last time I did LFR, I found it to be pretty straightforward, especially with a bunch of pre-mades like this. Oh, it sold some primal conversion. That's nice. If I was trying to really cheese, I would try to fill the group with people not on my token. I believe actually this is mostly people that are not on my token, but I'm not gonna be that crafty. I don't even know who's on my token. I'm pretty sure monks. I'm pretty sure shamans. Maybe warriors. Sounds about right. Oh, yeah.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Get rid of that. Oh, I have extra
Have anything
elemental pots to
ancient
sell.
to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Am I happy with that? 75 gold per? Eh. Monk, rogue, evoker, warrior? Warrior, rogue, monk, evoker. So not shaman then. Why did I think I was losing tier to shamans? Warrior, rogue. Because we only have one warrior and we only have one rogue. We have a ton of monks though. No, we don't. We have 2 monks. But then another evoker as well. Cali Priest Shaman? Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. And then like Druid Hunter something else. Druid Hunter Mage maybe? Because I know that our Druids, we don't have any hunters in our group. A bow dropped and we had no hunters. We got no hunters. We got no mages? One mage? No mages? So yeah, I think every time Druid tokens, I think our Druids are kitted the heck out because every time a Druid token drops, it's like, well, there you go. Ta-da! Congratulations! Happy birthday! Oh, I need to stop being such a bitter Betty. I'm gonna delist this and we're gonna head off and away. Let's jump into queue. Raid Finder. Discarded works. Off and away. Druids and mages are mortal enemies. Maybe that's what happened to all of the mages. Druids took them out. Oh, somebody buys those propagating seedlings, eh? Maybe it is worth getting my... what do they call it? I've been really lazy about speccing into this cultivation because I found that the seeds are like really not worth very much. And I almost never plant them anyways. Like the decaying seeds are just, you know, trash. The agitating seeds sell for like vendor cost basically. And, but if those propagating ones, if people like buying those, then I would finish this just to get that. Especially because, I'm completely capped in Bountiful Harvest now. I even put 40 points into Ockenbloom horticulture. So once I finish this, then I can start just cranking up, I guess this. I've mostly been overloading Lambent nodes anyways, which are not accounted for. Not accounted for in the profession tree, so it's just herbalism points. To what extent do they really matter? What else do I want to make? What else do I want to craft today? Do we need to restock on any tepid verses? How are we feeling about that? I'm not going to make anything right now, but I might shop for some mats to make some stuff later. Tepid verses, I think I sold all of mine, and it looks like they are profitable again, so let me just buy up some mats so I can do a big batch of these later after stream. Frost. So let's make at least 1,000 of these. So we'll do 2,000 frost. And then 2,000 vials. Although I actually already have 700 vials. So we'll do 1,200 vials. 1,300 vials, call it. And then 16,000 of these. Oh, those are climbing in price a little bit. 16,000 of those. Those will be... big, we might need more druids. Those will be good. Wow, it's like 1 gold each for the vendor. 5 gold for 5. Hang on a sec. No, not 5 gold for 5. 5 gold for 1. They're 5 gold for 1, so you can get them for 460 each. Let me double check that to make sure I'm not making an absolute fool of myself. But typically, I think buying them in the auction house, as long as they're under 5 gold per, is better. Let me take a look at this. You get... Hang on a second. Who is it? Who sold this stuff? Yeah, no, 5 gold for 1. Pardon me, 5 gold each. So it is getting them 460 is better. He scared me for a second, and I thought I was confused. Have they come out with a new longboy yet? What do you mean yet? If there is one, it's news to me. Mained mage from vanilla through Legion. Switched to druid. I've been doing that ever since. Hi, bonjour, hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Bienvenue. I think they regret the first one enough. I think it would be a big kind of popularity move for them to backtrack and change their mind on that one and slam it into some kind of a trading post or just a vendor or whatever. Bring it back. I would like, if they do bring it back, I would like to see it brought back as a different model. I think I'll make as many of these as I can without pop. I don't want to lose my Versa file, so I'm just gonna do it at old-fashioned speed. And before they give Longboy Dragon Redding. I could see them doing another Brutosaur without auctioneers on it. Blue variant of the Longboy. It wouldn't shock me for them to do like another, like a recolor of just the thing. Yeah. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, how you doing? Same size, but also had wings. Legacy mats with dragon riding already? What's our queue time looking like? I have it hidden behind my stuff here. Average wait time 3 minutes, so any minute now. Any minute now. Like the model, don't need the auction house? Mm-hmm. I did get the Audic mount. Basically the only set of mounts in Dragonflight that have actually been pretty good about getting in a timely manner. I have all the Audics. I have every Audic. I have the Trader Audics, I have the Auto Audic, I have the Rep Audics. I am Audic-tastic. I thought I could come up with a better superlative, but that's all I got. that's where we're at. Sometimes I'll join a key group. I'll join my key group and I'll be sat here making a batch of potions and they go, Hazel, what is all that for? I say, the people. Making potions for the people. You know, people have a reason to go to town. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like something that a lot of people will work around anyways, because I feel like most people, like, sure, maybe, I mean, I don't know. I've had a Brutosaur since BFA, so I'm not familiar with how the normal gameplay patterns were, but I feel like back when I didn't have a Brutosaur, I didn't go back to the auction house all the time. I would log on to my alt that was parked at the auction house and then mail stuff. And now with Mailbox Toys, you can pretty much do that from anywhere. It's just like an extra step of logging off. It's not exactly engaging gameplay, it's just logging on to another character. Go to town for portals, crafting work order. Yeah, I go to town for this all the time. I am pleased with this. I actually really like crafting tables. I don't like crafting tables inside of Brackenide Hollow, but just going to the crafting tables either in town or around the world, that I think is really cool. I'm perfectly happy to do all of my, I don't need to make my potions by a lake in the woods. I'm happy to do them at the big table in Voldraken. I think that's neat. Having an auction is available to everyone in Voldraken. Been liking the snail mount, still want the blue one. I guess I got a new pet today, didn't I? I did learn it, right? I would have gotten Brûlée. Not Brûlée, or was it Brûlée, or was it something else to start with a B? I must have learned it. Bashful. Okay, it must have gone straight to my journal. Or maybe I just clicked it already. Man, it's really slow to craft things if you don't use the aerated file. I'm very used to using the aerated files. I got 50 minutes left on that, so I can just chuck all this up.
At least 2 centuries old.
I like whenever I'm making huge batches of Tepid Versa, I'll stop in the middle of it to poach them and then keep making them, because the sell rate on them is so good that they generally sell while I'm crafting, so that I don't get stuck with just like 5,000 files that I have to sell in one big batch. Craft Sim Profit shows different numbers in mine. It would most likely be either a region, because region prices will be different if you're an EU player, or secondly, stats. I may have more profession stats than you. I may have better like multi-craft or inspiration or resourcefulness. That would come from profession knowledge points in the specialization, and it would come from your gear as well, getting the best gear that you can and then making sure it's enchanted. Aside from that, if you have all the same stats as me and you're on the same realm, then maybe your pricing source is different and we have data from different times. But that's the only other thing I could think of. Having to do Scala each week to make flasks was awful. Regular potions of power to ultimate, selling them back. Is that profitable for you? I've had better luck just selling the straight potions of power because I find people buy them for making cauldrons. Ultimate potions of power are unprofitable for me. They are generally speaking, at least for me and my server, not worth it. I thought about that. I was excited to get the codex for that, but it didn't. It's no good for me. Best way to farm elk knowledge? It's pretty much like any profession knowledge. You get your weekly knowledge. You get your weekly knowledge from your weekly quests and from your drops. For alchemy, that's an Elementious Splinter and a Decayed Phlegm plus 2 Expedition Pack drops. And then you get all your one-time treasures. There's a couple of them in the caverns as well as a bunch of them above ground. That Tama's Dragonflight Helper Weekora has a list of all of them, along with coordinates, I think, for the one-time treasures as well, to help you kind of get caught up on all the base stuff. And then I just put all my Dragon Shards of Knowledge into Alchemy. I just trade all my Dragon Shards of Knowledge for Alchemy as well. So I get those from rares, I get those from stuff. Oh, hey! Raids sometimes. But yeah, it's mostly just weekly. Make sure you get a treatise every week. Just like anything else. Pain and suffering. To use the optional reagent. Not usually. Sometimes I play around with the Sims and I see if it makes it better. Most of the time I've found the optional reagent's not worth it. Sometimes for certain things, I will actually use lesser insights to guarantee gold qualities. And that's nice for anything where the gold version is really, really valuable relative to silvers, like Glacial Fury sometimes. All right, LFR time. We got a tank. We got druids. I don't see any warriors. I don't see any rogues. There's only one other evoker. There's only one monk. So if it does drop, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I have better chances. Better chances than I used to be. Actually, is that those gloves? Yeah, the monk has the gloves already. I wonder if that's Jeff. Jeff, is that you? I thought you were Shadow Priest. That is you. Neat. All right, we got a chance. We got a chance. Man, if I... No, I shouldn't. I was going to say, if I get tier gloves out of raid, do I then blow off the rest of my day to slam keys to try to pug my way to Keystone Master to try to get my 2-piece before raid tonight?
One of these instruments could be of great service to you.
That would be something.
Distinguish between friend and foe. What is this power? In the quest to perfect Neltharion's armor, we went through many iterations. This is one of our more successful attempts.
I'm glad that LFR came in at the same time.
To destroy these interlopers.
Especially with gear upgrade paths being what they are. I think that people that really want to go for it have more of a reason to do LFR, so you get kind of a nice range of people in LFR that have varying amounts of experience with raid and varying amounts of gear. Sometimes LFR gets a bit painful when it becomes only people that will only do LFR because you don't have as much, it's just not quite as smooth of a run. It's a lot of druids. It is a lot of druids. Is it possible that it doesn't drop any tier for anybody? Could that happen? I feel like that would happen. But even if I don't get any tier today, I am still pretty pleased to get my bracers crafted. Plus, getting some Worm Crest and getting my weapon upgraded. It's still more item level and it's more power than I had yesterday for raid. So I just need anything that I can get. Guaranteed a number of tier tokens based on group size. Okay, no problem. There's so many people in here. I like posting auctions before raid time because then you can be in the raid clearing trash and then you can see your thingy sold. Your thingy sold. Somebody bought your stuff. Congratulations, you're rich. I should just do damage. I don't think anybody needs me to heal much.
Surrender to terror! Anguish and sorrow!
Beware.
Let's not be in that. Look at everybody go. The saddest spirit bloom of all.
Beware.
Oh, you know what I have is Dreamflight. That'll be important. Edgelord mobs. Mobs called trash in Old War. I don't think I remember those ones. Although I didn't do Old War when it was current. I started playing after that. I was a late Wrath baby.
Beware. Surrender to terror! Beware.
Want to raid boss to call players clowns? I thought that the trading post did that when they gave us the Harlequin set. You know what I actually noticed when I was doing solo shuffle is that the trading post Harlequin armor in particular is very popular in solo shuffle. There's a lot of people that like wearing that clown set for PvP. It's got a real following. Asperry74, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome, welcome.
Beware.
I like this as a first boss. I think first bosses of the raid should be everything this is. Pretty, cinematic, not that dangerous once you've figured it out. Very dangerous if you haven't figured it out, but pretty simple and straightforward. I was a little bummed that you don't need to actually bring the beams into the portals until heroic. I guess I misunderstood it in testing. Or they changed it at some point. But it's all very lovely and straightforward. You know, nice entry point to the raid. Yet to make a decent log with the clown set. I wish I could remember what I had done with it. I like mixed and matched it with something else, with maybe the other set. The shop one. Firestorm? Firebird? Pontiac? I don't know, I forget. Anyways, I had one set that I used, not the helmet for, but I had used some of the other parts of it.
Beware.
Let's do a big pass over. I love doing Dreamflight. I'm not always good at aiming it. Doesn't always work out super good. Here, I'll take this, maybe in a nice little puddle. I'm not always super good at aiming Dreamflight. But it's so satisfying when you get a really good one. Hideous Monks for Trial of Style with the Jester set. Jester Woolly Wendigo sets clash spectacularly. I don't know if they'll ever quite top the Woolly Wendigo BlizzCon set. That's a real achievement of art for our times.
Anguish and sorrow. Beware.
There we go. Job done. We don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Do not need that.
Finally.
Get some flight stones. What fight is my least favorite in the raid? Let me take a look. Assault of the Zakali is kind of boring. Assault of the Zakali is kind of boring. And I cannot fathom why they made the pillars of light that indicate that a wall climber is coming less visible. I don't see why that should be the thing that adds difficulty to the fight, is squinting to being like, is there a dude coming up there? I don't know. Where do I stick this rock? Like, on PTR, it was bright yellow. It had a big arrow. It was very obvious. And then they, for whatever reason, made it less visible. And you can still do it. It's just annoying. We haven't gotten to it on Heroic yet, so maybe it's more interesting and exciting on Heroic, but on Normal, it is an absolute snooze fest. To heal, anyways. Maybe it's more fun as a DPS when you actually get to cleave. Especially for any class that, like, does cleave damage. It's pretty much the only fight with consistent multi-target in the raid. Not a fan of Amalg. Salt reminds me of Spoils of Pandaria. Fine until Echo. Echo's fun. Echo's challenging. I mean, it's a late raid fight, so it should be. It takes a little bit of coordination, a little bit of herding everybody together and make sure that you get the right walls broken and that you're all moving into the right spots. And then just, just executing the thing. It works good. It's got like a nice, fun, hectic last phase, actually. Kind of managing the portals that you're sniping down to keep your ads under control. You don't really get to a point, realistically on normal, where you're out of portals, so you can pretty much just spread everybody out as much as you want. Yet to live long enough to attempt the portals mechanic. The last phase, I think, is the most fun one. The last phase is where it really kicks into gear. Ooh. There we go. We had our Devastation Evoker last night on this trash try to... the person with the sleep circle, the big green ring that puts everybody around them to sleep, they had run out very dutifully, very well. And then their Devastation Evoker tried to prank everybody by rescuing them back into people. But... I prevailed in that I had dispelled them like insta because I was waiting for it to go off because I had nothing else to do. So they just brought him back into the group. Love Echo, so I can just go pew pew in the ads. One of our first Echo pulls. Some of us moved to the wrong side of the fire. Despite the fact that I know that fight, I still am liable to just like daydream and then get caught on the wrong side of a wall just because I like wasn't paying enough attention. And I try to pay attention, and most of the time I can, but every now and then. Actually, it happens to me on the last fight too, on Sarkareth, our tank, and I know they're talking to me because I'm the only person there. There's like, don't be behind the tank, don't be behind the tank, don't be by triangle, do not be here. And I'm like, oh hey, that's me. Oops. I'm scooting, and good news is I'm an evoker, so I can just hover once and then I'm out of trouble. But it's funny because the tank will be on voice just being like, if anybody, not saying any names, but if anybody is behind me, you do not want to be there, because if a DPS eats it or a healer eats it on Sarkareth, there's, I believe, a rate damage component that'll wipe everybody. It's like the Raz phase, exactly. On Razageth, surprisingly, I did not have that many troubles with it. I think on final phase of Razageth, I was more aware of our positioning in the raid because, one, there was less stuff on the ground to worry about. Two, it was very important that you did the grip properly to not get everybody killed by the frontal. So I was more aware of where I was standing and where everybody was going on Razageth, but apparently on Sarkareth, I'm still overwhelmed enough that I don't really know what's going on. And I tend to just be healing and I just kind of wander towards the tank, and then I have to get shouted down. Basically already we're in the right headspace because of phase 1. Yeah. Phase 3 on Sarkareth is kind of where the fight starts, I've found. Phase 1 and phase 2 on Sarkareth are, at least on normal, easy. They are very straightforward. They are easily solved for. You kind of figure them out and then you're good. And there's not like a lot of damage going out otherwise. So once you have people doing the bombs on phase 2, which is much easier than bombs on phase 3, and once you have people clearing their debuffs in phase 1, all the damage is very predictable. It's kind of no problem at all. But phase 3 is just abject chaos, which I guess is the point. On Sarkareth, I feel like all of the progression for us happened in phase 3. Getting to phase 3 was pretty straightforward, but finishing phase 3 was another problem altogether. But we managed to re-clear it without needing to use a Vantis Rune or anything. Last week we had to kill it with Vantis Runes, so this week we managed to make it through without.
I was also a product of experimentation. One that your previous incarnation attempted to destroy.
You are of my blood.
Do I have a... yeah, I do. I'm gonna just do a little bit of... little dragon run through. Who doesn't love deep breath? Already managed to get AOTC. Phase 3 Sark is so hectic. I'm scared of it on Heroic. What do you do to stop the Null Glimmers from healing in phase 3 on Heroic? I know that on phase 2 you drag them onto the Desolate Bloom swirls. What do you do in the third phase? There aren't Desolate Bloom swirls, I don't think. I need to look into that more, because that's... I need to know. But I haven't done it on Heroic. We're only two of 9 Heroic.
Flame and shadow, both powerful, influential forces. Combined to produce something even greater. Learn to harness them together, and no force can oppose you.
Maybe.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Do we have enough people on each side? Actually, an LFR you can tank together, that's right. I wonder if taking them together actually makes this fight harder. Because you have to deal with all of the mechanics, plus double stacking for everybody.
Beware.
But I guess you get out of this phase pretty fast.
Beware.
Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. I mean, okay, not that bad. It hurt a little bit. I overestimated it.
Beware.
One thing I need to do is I need to turn off all the things for raid. I know there's a place I can disable that. Because you'll notice I mouse over a boss, and especially since I made all the things not like account mode so that it's tracking all armor types, I mouse over a boss and I get this huge mouse over tooltip because all the things is telling me about all of the different mog I can get in any different class, which is kind of ridiculous. But I believe it is disableable because I didn't used to have that problem. Hello? Hello. How are you doing, Trident? Welcome.
Blistering twilight. Blistering twilight. Withering shade. Beware, darkness consumes all. Withering shade. Blistering twilight.
Nice of him to announce his mechanics. Oh, they do the tornadoes.
Blistering twilight. Withering shade. Beware, darkness consumes all.
Oh, Trident, if you're talking about the Twitch drops, you might have missed the window. The Twitch drops ended recently. I'd hate for you to be here just for that, and then for it to not be the thing.
Blistering twilight.
How is he doing? He's almost done.
Blistering twilight.
I kind of like having dialogue sound turned way up. Bosses say goofy things sometimes. It was actually very helpful on, I think it was Sarkareth that I was using audio cues to help with the fight.
Consumes all.
There we go. So we don't need that.
That shadow flame
I can
holds.
mog roll
There's
the
no
Agi
denying
staff
its strength.
that dropped
It
3
seems
times.
dangerous to truly
And I can
control.
mog roll the thinking cudgels. I love the mog roll button. Big fan of that.
Just imagine what you could accomplish.
Yeah, White Moon, I totally agree. For the most part, I think they really kind of committed to making everything more manageable without needing add-ons to solve things for you. So we don't really see as many mechanics that need complex coordination. And a lot of mechanics are more kind of visually self-evident, you know. People that have been playing long enough or even people that have been playing a short time with good pattern recognition will suss out pretty quickly what a soak mechanic looks like, what a get out of the way swirl looks like, and there's only a handful of mechanics that you actually would need to know about ahead of time to avoid doing wrong. Hi, kitty cat. What's up, Buttercup? Worth it to go LFR for the blacksmithing plan? Can everyone really never get it? I don't know actually what the role rules are for the profession stuff. My instinct is that you'd have to win it. I don't know that for sure though. Can you only need if you have the profession? Okay. I wonder how long I'm gonna keep doing LFR for. I guess it depends on, probably mostly depends on tier. No, getting there's alchemy stuff I need too. Hi. How you doing? You look very nice today. WoW Twitch drops are over for now. They're not currently active. They ended on May the 15th, 3 days ago. Patterns were big gold last time I looked. I don't even know if it's worth... I don't know. I feel like I'm good with what I'm doing. We'll see how amalgamation works. I'm actually quite tense in anticipation of what's going to drop on the next one. Yeah, they are BOE, but
I had such
they are
high
BOE.
hopes for the Drakthir.
There's an argument to be made for keeping an eye out for prices and then investing in them at the right time to be able to craft things
Carry on my vision.
Of course.
and make your gold back. But I don't know, that's a risk. I'm not a big one for risks. I'm a big one for sure things. Good luck on tier. Thank you. Oh, you got a purple BOE. Oh, nice. Congratulations on your on all of your money. That's pretty sick. We've had a couple of those drop in our... Oh, I am goo. We've had a couple of those drop in our raid. And people are selling the higher item level ones for 4, 5, 600k. I don't know what the LFR ones are worth, but probably quite a bit because they're upgradable. You're a very polite girl. TSM says 100k-ish? Nice. You've been very quiet today. I think.
How exemplary. Congratulations. It was my honor to evaluate the development of Neltharion's Drakthir. Unfortunately, they were too volatile to control. But where others see failure,
Hey, it's Scarred.
we see opportunity.
I don't
This
think I
early
noticed him
attempt
here.
at Creating Drakthir yielded a subject too violent to control. Yet, there is value in documenting the carnage it generates. You will serve nicely as new test subjects.
Oh, we gotta play game.
5,
You understand, huh?
4, 3, 2.
We can do this with one hand, right?
I will beat you.
I don't know if that's how you earn your tier gloves. Homage to the cat god.
Beware.
I really should have started charging up the spirit limb way earlier.
Bone splinter.
Ah, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in it. I think it's pretty manageable hot. Dot. What have you?
Beware.
Yeah, I definitely need to fix my TSM. That's obnoxious. I was having trouble with that on Sarkareth last night, actually. I was doing our normal Sarkareth Reclair with this gigantic mouse over tooltip from TSM. I'll have to poke around the settings and make a note of sorting that out before raid. Put. Sometimes I'll use rewind on something really minuscule just to use it if I don't anticipate that there's going to be any bigger raid damage than that for a while. Yeah, send it. Buttons are for pressing, you know? Doesn't have a setting to show only your class's drops. It does, but I wanted to start tracking all armor types because I wanted my all the things to show me all armor types for like world zones. Why did I want that? I think it was because I just started playing more different armor types. Like when I swapped away from cloth, I felt like it would feel less like starting over if I was accounting for everything, that I wouldn't like lose my progression in cloth just because I had started collecting mail instead, if I was just counting everything.
Beware.
Yeah, showing health bars I find is important as a preservation evoker because you kind of got to get a feel for where you want to aim your breaths. So it doesn't matter if you've got a stack of players to aim them at if all those players are at like full health. Same thing with, you know, Dream Flight and whatnot. I used to do it as a Holy Priest too, but that was mostly to figure out where to put my Sanctify.
Beware.
Oh no. We don't need to dispel. We don't need to dispel those. We can let them sit for a while. I guess it's Elifar. I think I only brought one healer in with me, and I'm sure they're on top of that. There we go. We were having almost the opposite problem in my raid last night. Not exactly a problem, but we let the first DPS to get Unstable Essence keep it until he was almost cooked. He had like almost 20 stacks of it, and then I finally dispelled the guy. But good to know. People can live with it for quite a while.
Sadly, a creature with unstable arcane surges was useless, so we refined the infusion process. Die!
Useless is kind of harsh. I'm a little offended on behalf of Thadrian. Yeah, if I'm playing a DPS, I turn off friendly nameplates. I also don't play a lot of DPS, but if I was going to, I would turn off friendlies. I'm just gonna go hang out over here. What?
Beware.
Say goodbye.
Huh. Interesting. Alright. Okie dokie. The forest of green text is confusing. What green text? I'm not a big person for combat text. Oh, player names, yeah. Yeah, I do, I prefer health bars to names. Names are a little, not irrelevant, but irrelevant.
Beware.
Alright, any luck? There's one Zenith mixing fluid. We roll, and we hope. Oh, there's the experiment kite wing you're talking about. Even in failure, Skarn ensured each subject found purpose. Ewy. Aw. I mean, it's a cool looking shield.
Your performance is beyond my expectations.
Wait, you knew these creatures were waiting to be unleashed.
Of course, and you rose to the challenge, as I knew you would.
This all seems questionable. How malleable is this vision of yours?
I was afraid of this.
Somebody greed won the warglyphs.
The
I guess we don't
process
have a
used
demon
to
hunter.
create you weakened your spirit. An issue I
Zenith
doubt
mixing
I'll have
fluid
with my
went
true
to
one.
monk. Okie dokie. A for effort. Thanks, guys. We cleared our LFR, so that's good. How long do you wait to dispel in that fight? Until the subject looks in danger. On normal, I was able to leave it to like 18 stacks. On a, if it's, depending on whose it's on, maybe 15. Alrighty. I had more potions to make. Was that what I was gonna do? That's a lot of stacks. Yeah, the AoE is annoying though. You lose DPS and you take some damage when everybody's scooting around to avoid the big rounds. Got my second tier piece. Congrats, that's awesome. Alrighty, what do I want to do here then? Did I have a plan? Did I have an idea? Do I want to do one more? I mean, here, hang on a second. Let's put ourselves in the correct build. Kitty, are you waiting for me? You need me for something? You want kitty massage? Okay. Expected to mass dispel to help the raid team out for this fight. Have yet to actually do it. Well, you know what? If I did get LFR tier, I would probably be grumpy about it not being a high enough item level anyway. Eventually, because if you have LFR tier in that slot, you probably won't get given anything from raid for a while. Maybe I'll just end up with lots of heroic tier. Maybe? Oh boy. That would be a nice fast key. Also, potential to drop a mount. Alderman, not so much a fast key. Alderman, not so much a fast key. That is an advertisement. Oh hey, they want me for the freehold. Nice. Let's just make sure that we are in correct spec. Mythic plus healing, very good. That will have, yeah, doesn't take Dreamflight, takes other stuff instead. Don't know what exactly. I think maybe Time of Need. I don't know. Let's head over there, shall we? Do keys that you don't have. Oh. I just wanted to do an easy key for Wormstone. I'm sure I'll get... I don't think I'm getting Keystone Master before raid tonight. I just don't think it's going to happen. Besides, even if it did, it would only be one piece. Oof. And I probably can't even put that piece on. I can't break 4 piece for 1 piece. I'd have to hold up my bags and then hope that I get blessed with something at a raid. LFR yesterday, get some cloth bracers dropped that no one wanted. Passed on, but I still won by an automatic roll. Oh, there you go. 65 gold is 65 gold. She's got little soft purse. She's very, very, very sweet. Hello. Yeah, it might increase the chances of me getting a second piece for raid, I suppose. I'm just, I've become a bit defeatist about it. I'll just have to do my best without it, I think. It feels so bad to use that Omni token to get your 1 piece. It feels awful. The whole point of an Omni token is to like fill in gaps for a piece that you're having a hard time getting. And to have every piece be the thing that you're having a hard time getting just feels awful. It's okay. It's okay. We're doing fine. We're doing our best. We're getting stuff done. I've got upgrades I can do with crests and flight stones. So I did get some flight stones for raid, I'm sure. That's something. Summoning stones over here. Although I think we're basically all here. Is the rogue here? These people are all horde. What mount is that? I don't know. I have a random favorite mount keybind. I don't remember what I was just on. Alright, I need to make sure I'm using a new Tepid Versa. Get some time left. I've got 42 minutes on food. That should be plenty. We can use a new rune. New Howling Rune. Give me some haste. Throw our Broodkeeper's Promise on the tank, because that's the trinket I still have. Hi. I don't know so much about... I don't know anything about fixing the all the things setting. It would be nice, but I don't know if I can do it in a hurry. Add-ons... I think that should have fixed it. If I'm in combat. Imagine if they changed the previous 4 set to be a 3 set instead. Oh, interesting. I think it might... That could potentially have ramifications, though. With people then gaming to get basically 5 set. Like old 3 plus new 2. I think it could make... It sounds like it would make things easier, but I think it would actually... make like a weird awkward thing that would be hard to gear out of. Not impossible, but annoying. Realize my pally is a piece of mail equipped. Mail! Oh no. If you get a piece of mail armor and it's made from a snail shell, is it snail mail? That must be an item in the game already. There must be something from Zerlek Caverns. It's like some snail mail boots or something. That's gotta be. If there isn't, then they've missed an extremely good opportunity for an extremely bad joke. And I don't expect that from them. I expect them to hit every last pun they can. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm sure we're gonna line of sight. Maybe we'll get shark bait. Priest in my guild got shark bait actually on just a key that we did this week. It's kind of cool to see. Oh, scooting out of that. You are forgetting the male elemental. The male elemental has snail mail. Yes, that's true. It does. Subcuts cat. Good job, kitty cat. You're really earning your pension over here. She gets her pension in sunny nap spots. And treats. And her favorite chicken flavored toothpaste. No, I know that the literal mail... I know that they have done snail mail already. I just wanted there to be a snail mail pun that involved mail gear. That's all. It's not that I don't think they know about snail mail in general. Chicken flavored toothpaste is my favorite too. I live in eternal fear that one day I'm going to be getting ready for bed and I'm going to be so tired that I'm going to mix up her toothpaste and my toothpaste, despite the fact that hers comes in an itty bitty little tube. And I'm going to brush, and I don't even eat chicken. Even if I did, I don't think I would want it as toothpaste. But, you know, you'd think these things will never happen, but once upon a time I accidentally took off my eye makeup with nail polish remover, and that was a bad day. So you can't think you're too good for these things. Put hand soap on my toothbrush, realized too late. I remember realizing what I had done with the eye makeup nail polish remover thing. And I remember thinking, what if I'm blind? What if I've just blinded myself with acetone? And I'm gonna have to tell people that I blinded myself with acetone because I'm, oops. Yeah, I was embarrassed. I was both in pain because it hurt. Also, it did not blind me, but I remember being like, oh, for heaven's sake, if this is the path that my life is going, I'm never gonna live that down. I'm never gonna live that down. Thankfully, I retained my vision. It just really hurt. Do not recommend. I rinsed it real good. I realized what I did, and I stuck my eyes under the faucet. It was pure acetone. Back in the day, I would take off my nail polish with 100% acetone. I didn't bother with like the mixed stuff because I just wanted it off as fast as possible. It was not fun. It was not a good time. You'd think I would have smelled it. I was tired. I was real tired. Hmm. I don't do 100% acetone anymore because I can't find it on shelves. It's I could order it online, but I'm not that insistent. I don't do as much nail art anymore. I do some. I do paint my nails. I put this real neon pink shade on last night that I'm quite happy with. I feel like that's summery. It matches a little stripe I have in my shoes when I'm out running. But ooh, let's not get caught in the back end. Hi, kitty cat. Hi. I'm not doing like the multi-layer gradient mask stamping, dotting. I used to do all kinds of stuff. And I just haven't been right lately. Okay. I wonder if he's going to end up with those rats. No? Okay. Ooh, don't want to be there. Do not want to be there. Let's just kind of throw that early. It's a fortified week. You can afford to spend some coolies on trash. 3 golden orbs above me are stasis. Those are part of my stasis cooldown. Preservation Evokers have one of their capstone talents called stasis. You activate it, and then it will save the next 3 spells that you cast as those little orbs, and then you activate it again to kind of release them all again at once. So you can use stasis to copy like some big heals, and then either you can immediately release them again just for a big burst of healing, or you can hold on to them for quite a while. I think it's like 20, 30 seconds, something like that. You can hold on to them for a while so that when there's another burst of healing that you know is coming, you can just kind of save up the spells that you're going to need so that you can do them all at once. Because sometimes something like a full rank Spirit Bloom takes ages to charge up. And, or, you know, something like a Temporal Anomaly that's like very mana intensive might be a good pick to put into your stasis. But you can kind of pick and choose and tailor it for the occasion. A lot of the time, I will just stasis an Embrace, Breath, and then Spirit Bloom is kind of my default go-to, but I will often, depending on what's going on, mix in maybe a Temporal Anomaly, maybe a Dream Bloom. Is that what they're called? Emerald Blossom. I don't usually stasis for single target, but you can do some cheesy stuff with dispels with it as well. You can stasis an actual dispel if you know that you're going to need one again shortly. Even I think you can even stasis a Cauterizing Flame, but it'll remember the target, so it has to be the same target that needs a dispel, I believe. Not 100%. I'm an Evoker main, but I'm only like 80% sure on that. I don't do it all that often. I do it maybe a little bit in Brackenhide on some other really gnarly pulls, but I also run with a group that has lots of poison and disease dispels, so we can usually make it work. Do you have a desire intent to get some tier set appearances in your priest? Not really. It looks cool, but I'm just not too focused on collecting transmog for off specs right now. I don't know what the colors look like. I remember the set looked really good. I remember when we first learned about the tier sets for season 2, Priest was like by far the best looking one. So there's stasis. I put it in a Dream Bloom. I'm gonna put in a max rank Spirit Bloom. And then I think I'm also just gonna chuck a Dream Blossom there. So now next time I press that button, and you can see I've got 24 seconds to pick a time, it'll happen again. You do want to make sure that if you've put like a Dream Breath into your thing, or you put like a Temporal Anomaly into your thing, that you're conscious of which way you're facing when your stasis expires. I know nobody asked about all this, but you want to be conscious of which way you're facing when your stasis expires, because if it's going to like fire off, you know, a Dream Breath, you don't want to like cough it off into the distance. I've been there. It's no good. No fun. And if it expires and you haven't used it, it will just cast them automatically at the end of that timer. Druid set's amazing. The Druid set's ridiculous. I don't get me wrong, I like it. It's just extremely funny to me for reasons that are hard to articulate. I just think it looks goofy. It looks silly. It looks hilarious. I want it. You should see, actually, I should show you guys after this key. I should show you guys what my Druid looks like now that she's in, like, mostly... She's wearing a lot of Aspirant's gear. It's really good. I haven't fixed her mog at all. She's just wearing what she's wearing.
Last call.
Bitter is a Palamane that the priest tier looks more Pally-like than the Pally tier. Mm-hmm. It's cool to get kind of a battle cleric looking set for priest though. I know a lot of priests sort of imagine themselves like that. The problem becomes when you start stacking spells into stasis, but then nobody needs the heals anymore. You have to kind of decide. You have like quite a while to do it, but you have to kind of decide, do you want to just cast the spell and overheal with it just to get it saved up? Or would you prefer to wait until somebody actually needs the heal? But if you're waiting, then it means you cannot cast another heal until you cast the one that you want to save, because it'll save whatever you cast next. So sometimes you end up in this position where you're just doing damage while your team is kind of, sort of, not really dying, but like you're just not doing any healing at all. Because the next heal, like you want to save it for like a good one. I used to have some troubles with that where I would feel a little bit like, okay, I need a good thing. I need something worth stasising. Everyone's mostly fine. I guess I'm just gonna living flame the boss for a bit. And then you have to be careful that you do in fact living flame an enemy and not an ally, because if you living flame an ally, it's gonna save that in your stasis. Oh, here we go. It all sounds way more fiddly when you're saying it out loud than when you're playing it. I'm not really thinking about any of this while I'm actually pressing the buttons.
Take it away, Gerthok and Woden! That's your cue,
I love the voice acting here.
landlubbers.
Ouch! Why'd you
I'm somebody that when I'm playing WoW, I'm usually doing it just by feel. You know, learning the theory and practicing on target dummies is all well and good, and you can, in between keys or raid nights or whatever, you can kind of look at your logs, look at a playback, look at a video, whatever, figure out what you'd like to do a little differently, and then try one thing at a time. But for the most part, I'm not thinking so much when we're healing. You just kind of have done it long enough to feel it out. That's what makes it a game, and not school. If I wanted to go to school, I would, you know, save up 100 grand and give it to an organization. Any mog that works in Shadowform, fine by me.
I'm beginning to think this is not a professional setup. Well, grab the pig and you win.
All right. Here, pig. Oh, oh. Can't get the pig and busy. Can't get the pig and busy. You can do it with the interact key, but you have to actually hit the interact key. There we go. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. Use it right away to get max healing parses. What, stasis?
Threatening challenge. From the sewers of Freehold comes a Tortolan brigand who makes it his duty to totally hurt you. He is the dynamo of defense, the sergeant of shell shock, the hellion in a half shell.
Yeah, I should probably consider... in raid fights, I have been kind of sending it pretty early. It's one of those things where you gotta kind of remind yourself that 1.5 minutes is a short cooldown. 1.5 minutes is gonna come back a couple of times. If there's any way that you can reasonably get good value out of it early, just get it going. Just send it. You don't want to sit on that for too long. I was working on that with overgrowth on my Resto Druid in Arena. Just not being too afraid of using it early, and that was helpful. It'll come back. Besides, it's not really a good burst healing cooldown anyway. Okay, Shark Puncher. He's punching my melee because I'm in an all melee group. That's a cool set.
And they better be, because their next challenger is the epitome of brutality. A champion that sleeps with the fishes.
If I was going to give another unsolicited tip to an imaginary preservation evoker that was listening, it would be don't underestimate Golden Hour. Golden Hour is this thing where reversion instantly heals the target for 15% of the damage they just took. And if you are echoing a reversion, you'll get double them. It'll happen twice. So it's a little Uno reverse cardy in that, like, you've got a tank that just took a big hit, or you know they're going to take a big hit. You can pre-echo them, and even just putting a reversion on them will do a pretty big amount of rewind healing. Back in the last tier, I was playing a Preservation Evoker on Broodkeeper Diurna, and on Diurna, your tank will get absolutely tromboned by the by the boss hit. There's like a really big tank buster in that fight that happens pretty often, and I was really struggling to keep my tank up until I started anticipating it and making sure I could always echo a double reversion right after it landed, because that would, golden hour would fix a huge chunk of it, and then you have a double hot to help stabilize them while you figure out what else you're gonna do. You can do this kind of on a larger scale via temporal anomaly and reversion. Obviously, once we get our set bonus, we're going to be wanting to use Spirit Bloom, but set bonuses are apparently a fantasy, so I live in reality where I heal with last season's set bonus forever. I'm not bitter about it at all. But like a temporal anomaly echo and then reversion on a bunch of people will also trigger golden hour and will also fix a lot of what's just happened to them. So, oh, that was a terrible time to pop stasis. Oh, I didn't pop stasis. It's okay. It was on cooldown. Sometimes I try to press it without checking to see if it's available. Is it easy to do? Living Flame is a direct heal. As kind of a filler in between other things, yes. Because it can proc Essence Burst. So it can give you free Echoes, free Emerald Blossoms. So as a filler, if people need like little bits of spot healing, then yeah, I'll Living Flame them. I will usually do echoed reversions on them first, and then just use that time to heal or to damage the trash instead. But if people are taking enough kind of ping damage to justify it, then I will Living Flame. But I'll do it kind of if it's an emergency, it's not my first go-to. Oh, okay. Alrighty. I hope they know that pulls with the boss, because like, if they don't know, they're gonna find out. Okay, they're good. This pack at least. The other one you can, I'm sure, skip. But... oh. What else can I do here? No, that's just way too much. No way. Owie. We tried. Imagine having a set bonus before June 13th, right? Set night's times? We usually book ahead of time, so we'll kind of chat on Discord a bit at the top of the week and find out. There's ranges when we usually have time available, but people will spend time with their partners or their families, or they have events and stuff, so we'll kind of work around that. We usually do at least one night early in the week, Tuesday if we can, and then another 1 or 2 on weekends. Sometimes if it's a really good week, we'll do 3 on weekends. We'll do Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh! Oh, that frightened me. I thought... oh. That was weird. I think maybe the Demon Hunter got bursted up by the... for a second I thought it was a Demon Hunter thing, but I think they got popped up by the other thing. Alright, so don't kick the painful motivation, because it'll hurt the mobs. Speaking of Evokers and Demon Hunter interactions, I was doing the run back to Echo of Nelth, where you kind of have to swim across that little lava pool from Magmarex's platform into the Nelth room. And I figured I would pick up somebody. I was already in the water, and I figured I'd pick somebody up and rescue to scoot us both forward and across the lava pool. So of course I go for my best buddy, the Demon Hunter, my pal, And apparently there's a fun interaction where when you're trying to rescue across the lava to a farther point forward on the lava, it actually counts the placement point as the bottom. So what happened is my dragon grabbed my Demon Hunter friend and immediately zoomed us to the bottom of the lava pit. It was so funny. You couldn't have tried to murder somebody more dramatically if you had planned it. If you're an evoker that wants to troll your friends, be advised that using rescue on the lava will take you both right to the bottom. And nobody's drowning or anything, but it was hilarious. Okay. We still got 10 minutes on this key. Maybe there'll be a mount. I would accept a mount. I would take a mount. One parrot, please.
scurvy dogs to
Mage Blink does the
bits.
same thing. Heroic Leap, yeah. I guess you just have to make sure you're landing. If you want to use it properly, you gotta make sure you're landing on the actual land. It was so funny, though.
Cannons! Blast these scurvy dogs to bits! Swab the deck with their gizzards!
Do you think a lot of melee do this place because of the dice trinket? Is that why I'm in here always with a bunch of Agi melee? Is that the deal? Is it really good for a lot of people, or am I just seeing coincidences? Because I feel like I always notice it because on Trothak I'm like, this is a weird boss to have a ton of melee on. Best for a lot of classes? Okay. Gotcha. Well, we got some flight stones. I got some gloves that I do not need, but I am the only male wearer. They're all leather. They're all Agi leather. Thanks. Cheers. All right. Well, somebody got a Dragon Shard of Knowledge. No mounts. Nah. You're golden. Aw. That was very nice. People need healers. For some reason our guild keeps getting free hold keys. I like it just for the worm fragments because as far as I can tell, I think it's the fastest key. I think just if you want to slam one out in 20 minutes, 25, 22 minutes, doing a free hold is pretty much the quick. Oh man, I'm one fragment short of being able to make another crest. Doing a free hold is kind of the quickest way to get through it. It's not helping me with my score, but not helping me at all with my score, but that's okay. Yeah, Underrot's not bad too. That's true. Underrot scares me a tiny bit. Underrot still gives me baby concerns. Consolation of free hold for me is the mount chance. Yeah, I have no problem with running it repeatedly for that myself. Alrighty, well, it's about 11:57. I'm gonna pop on my traditional quick hands file. Drop. Oh no, I don't even need to drop an incense. That's silly. I'm just making I'm making tepid verses. And then I'm gonna let that roll for a bit. Oh yeah, show Druid. You're right. I'll log back on and I'll let those roll for a while later. You want to see some sick? You want to see the most beautiful, majestic, fashionable Resto Druid you've ever seen? Da da! You like her weapon and stuff? She's got pink, and she's got orange, and she's got red, and she's got blue, and she's got green, and she's got brown, and she's got gold. She's got cheekbone piercings. It is largely the honor set with a conquest weapon. She's got some big boots. And I'm not mocking her. I'm staying like this. I think she looks great. She needs a good title to go with it. I usually don't cover up my druid's head, but this helmet is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. It's good. It would make clinking noises when you walk. Straight out of BC. I think the only thing I would do with it maybe is try to find her a nice, honestly low-cut top. I don't usually wear the super skimpy pants on my characters, but I am down to wear an extremely skimpy top. I love me a big pair of pants and a crop top, apparently. I would maybe swap her out with a nice little bra top to go with the rest of it. Yeah, well, the wings might be too much with the shoulders. I could hide the cloak. But yeah, for now, I'm leaving her be. That's me wrapped for today. I shall return to you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Friday. I can tell you all about my heroic progression raid night. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.